right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Carlos, I am doing great. I am ready for this weekend. I'm not sure why particularly, but normally I don't like Fridays because I actually like to trade. So Friday just means I got to wait a couple of days for Monday to come around. But I'm looking forward to the weekend this time. Not that I don't have anything going on, but anyways.
Yeah.
But and how about you? Is everything back to normal? Are you, because it's really only the end of your first week back, right? Are you feeling like you never went at all?
It's weird, man. No, we still feel the calmness of
Oh,
being completely disconnected, which is awesome. So we're both, like, you could tell that we're more less stressed, right? Me and my wife. But I gotta tell you, man, I'm going to bed like at 9 and waking up at 4. And I'm okay with it. I mean, I wake up at 5 anyways, but I'm waking up at 4 in the morning, like ready to go. So I'm sticking with it, and it's no problem. So the kids go to bed, and I'm right behind them. So we'll see how long that lasts. All right, friends. All right, let's get to it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend as well, because this week has been, man, when I looked up and saw it was Friday, I was like, wow, it's been a rough week, man. As far as trading has been, it has not been easy. It's been a battle every single day this week, right? Yesterday, same thing. We ended the day a small green, but it was just a battle, just constantly, getting stopped out, break even. It has not been pretty. So with that, let's take a look at what our scanners look like today. Is my internet okay? It's not loading. I don't think it's trading terminal. I think it's me. Let me try
I got trading
one more
terminal
time.
up and working.
Yeah, it's exactly weird. So here it is. Quick look at our gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. A couple of things in the great. Wow, TLRY. That's a blast from the past. We used to trade that quite a bit. Up this morning, 33%. We'll look forward to see what's going on there. And if we look down the list, some other names I'm not familiar with. Lululemon is on here. And we'll take a look at these other double digit. What's up with the single digit and two digit letters, tickers here today? AG, I mean, it's a few of them. So see what's going on there. Some stuff in the red. AVGO is one of the big stories this morning. We'll dive into all that. But Peter, before we do that, what is the latest and greatest on our U.S. economic calendar? Oh, pretty light.
I'm back. Yeah. Not much. There's nothing happening. I had some, one of my services tells me that maybe we'll get some wholesale inventory numbers out at 10, but no one else confirms that. So if we do, it's latent data anyways. It looks like it might be September data, if anything, but I didn't find that credible enough to add it to the list. So there's a couple of Fed speakers. I've stopped listing those because, frankly, the market never cares. Unless it's Powell, they don't really care if any of the other Fed heads are talking out there. So if that ever changes, we'll start adding them back. But bottom line, no economic activity to really get in the way of your trading or cause any ripples. Really, it's always news from the White House, of which none is planned today, or specific company news that can disrupt our oh my God, I can't speak today.
You can get it.
Regularly scheduled trading programming. Anyways.
There it is.
So
awesome.
we can look at the gappers list and go from there with confidence.
Absolutely. All right, friends. Yes, thank God it's Friday. Absolutely. All right, let's take a look here. First one. Oh, I just closed it. Man, I am like fumbling the gappers list today. I'm just fumbling it. Goodness. All right, let's see. There it is. TLRY. Let's start there. TLRY this morning, we are up a lovely 35% this morning, 2.2 million shares traded. As you guys know, we traded this stock many, many times in the past. And today they are in play with some real heavy. I mean, if you guys remember, this is the one that popped up pretty nice and then shot back down with some heavy volume, Peter, 2.2 million. So what is the latest and greatest on this one?
Well, there's a rumor out there that apparently yesterday, U.S. President Donald Trump suggested that he might be considering to direct his administration to reclassify marijuana as a Category 3 or Schedule 3 drug, which would mean it's considered less dangerous, which would make it more available and make it closer to being legal nationally. Now, of course, we know that marijuana is legal in a lot of states, but that's where things get always sketchy, right? Because it can be legal in one state, but illegal in another state. Even if it's legal in two states, in theory, if you go across state lines, the feds could arrest you, or if you try and transport money from the sale across state lines. Anyways, it feel I'm just glad I'm not in the U.S. And smoking marijuana because it feels like it's very sketchy. Um, but whatever happens, if they reclassify it, that would change the game, and it could potentially. There's a sort of a theoretical benefit to the cannabis drug manufacturers in these scenarios. So Tilray's getting a boost, as I would imagine some of the others are. But you're right, that's the only one I see. So we have to go back, and I think a lot of the big cannabis producers, the marijuana producers, have amalgamated now, haven't they? Like, are there
Well,
still many that are independent? Oh,
this news is for Tilray feels like, I don't know. This doesn't make sense. If you have not been able to make money now with the states that are legal, what's going to change? You have something that doesn't work. This is going to drop again. This is my non-professional opinion. This makes no sense for it to be up at all.
oh, here we go. Yeah,
But let's see.
Let's see if the others are up. ACB is another one we were looking at. Yeah, up 23%. Canopy Growth, CGC, up 25%. SNDL. So like, yeah, they're all jumping up here 25 to 30%, it looks like this morning. So John in the chat room is saying it's not really sketchy, no one's getting arrested, which he makes a good point. There are quite a number of laws on the books that are, I mean, they're real laws, but if they're chosen not to be enforced, then they don't really matter too much, right? So
Yeah.
but anyways, like apparently, in my town, in the city of Ottawa, the nation's capital here in Canada, it is still officially illegal to spit on the sidewalk and to hitch your horse down in the downtown core overnight. So don't do either of those two things.
Yeah. David H says it is only legal in 24 states, so it can expand. Yeah, but you had your chance, man. It was legal like in none a couple of years ago, right? Maybe Colorado. You got 24 and you still couldn't make money. What is going to change?
Colorado, there was a time when it was illegal, but that's a good example of where nobody enforced it. So they just sort of ignored it.
So I don't see it, but I want to see this a week later. I want to see what this looks like a week later.
Make poison ivy illegal. We have something here called wild parsnip. Anybody have wild parsnip in their area? And it's gone crazy. It's starting growing everywhere. We're going way off target, but you mentioned poison ivy here. Wild parsnip is like a freaky plant. It looks harmless, but if you touch it to your skin, you become photosensitive. You literally become allergic to the sun. Your skin will start to bubble basically if you go out in the sun. It is crazy stuff, and it just grows in public parks around here. It's a weed. It started to go a little crazy. So they have these signs, warning about wild parsnip. It's weird. Look it up. Look up wild parsnip and people's skin, and it's freaky, man. Anyways, all right, we digress.
Yeah, I don't know. Nevertheless, it is in play. As funny, I think, as this news article is, Tilray is in play. Am I going to watch it today? Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it, see what it does. But
these used to be, like you said, Carlos. We used to love trading these, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were great. Canopy Growth, I remember trading that.
CGC,
I mean, Canopy's got even more volume. It's got 6 million shares, but oh my God, look at that! Look at zoom into a 1 minute chart. Excuse me, and just barcode city here. So
yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, it might be fun to watch. As you said, I guess we could watch one. Let's see, which have the biggest volume? Cron, ACB. Yeah, I think Tilray and Canopy Growth are the two big ones. But feels unlikely they're going to give us good trading opportunity. I don't know. Maybe.
This is weird. Let's see what happens. All right, friends, let's continue here. JX, no, sorry, JZXN is the ticker. And this morning they're up 22%, 6.5 million shares traded, as you can see here. High of the pre-market was as high as 11.85, has dropped lower to about 6.94 now. So again, taking a really nice dive here. Daily, a little bit messy. Again, just look at this daily. It's just all over the place. But what's the float on this? It's actually 52 million shares float, so it's not a low float stock. Peter, what's the news? We got some action here.
You show I only show 1 million shares, but I don't know. I don't know. Does it
52.
matter? This is Hizu? He's I don't know. Jiuzi. Jiuzi? Huizi? I don't know how to say that. Anyways, apparently officially they are an automotive and truck dealership. If you try and go to their website, it doesn't seem to exist. They say that they're but who cares what their business is? Apparently what they're doing is, like so many companies, they're becoming a treasury for crypto. And apparently they say they've seen such strong demand that they're increasing their private placement from $12 million. Get this, from 12 million to $1 billion. That's an 80-fold increase in capital. That seems like, okay, I don't know where they're getting the money from, but apparently they're getting a whole influx of cash. So whatever they're doing, it's got the stock moving. This feels so sketchy. Like, if you want a sketchy stock that frankly probably should not be publicly traded, in my opinion, here it is. JZXN. Go to town.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I want to see that. I want to see the crash or whatever this thing does. So I'm gonna put it in a popcorn list, just to see it, entertainment purposes. And let's see where it goes. All right, I'm not gonna be trading it. So let's move on to the next one on here. DXYZ. Back on our list here, continues to move higher, guys. Look at this daily. So yesterday, let's take a look at the action. If I can go back here on our 5-minute, yesterday did move higher. Here it is. So it did move higher yesterday towards the end, towards the later parts of the afternoon here, and then eventually did pop up real nice. So up 12.5 this morning, 761,000 shares traded. Peter, this thing continues to rock.
Yeah, we remember we had our bot scammer James yesterday, who was trying to promote this thing. So that's not an invitation to come back, James. Fake James. We assume that James is actually a robot. But anyways, this is the Winklevoss twins company. Wasn't it? Oh no. Or am I getting this wrong? Destiny Tech 1000. Oh no, that's right. Theirs was like the rocket space ship company that really wasn't. That was really a crypto thing. You're right. I'm getting that wrong. Anyways, but this is a closed-end management investment company registered under the 1940. What the heck? The investment portfolio of the 100 of the top venture-backed private technology companies. All right. So Destiny Tech 100 is basically it feels like a SPAC type thing. Whatever it is, they're investing heavily. Oh, I remember right. This is the one that had the largest holding, the 23% of their holdings was in SpaceX. So when it goes public, they're going to benefit. All right, I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Anyways, they're still moving on the rumor that SpaceX sometime in the next year is going to go public. Carlos, I don't really see a trade in this, but yesterday there was this, and what was the ticker of that? Anyways, I don't care. Why am I asking? This is like when I go to my wife and she's watching a show, and you're like, what is this stupid show that you're watching? And then 5 minutes later you realize you're still watching, and you're like, who's he? And why is he arguing with her? And then my wife looks at me and and then I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Why am I asking? I'm gonna walk away now, because if I start watching this stupid thing, I'm gonna lose an hour of my life, and I really don't want to. Anyways, so
That's awesome.
same thing with this stock. I don't care enough. Why am I still talking about it?
Yeah,
Walk
let's
away.
let's move on. Um, but yeah,
I'm
we
ranty
did
today.
get rid of James, so we won't be hearing from James anymore because I was just talking in chat. We gave him the BA special, the Boeing special yesterday,
Oh,
so
okay.
he won't be around unless he signs in with another name, so he'll be gone. All right. VELO next on the list here, guys. This Velo 3 up 12% this morning, 300,000 shares traded. Big day yesterday. Look at this nice day. Went from about 850 to about 1338 looks like. So nice pop there. Let's take a look at how I actually did that. If we look at the intraday action yesterday, not bad. Didn't hit our radar, so no one mentioned it, so was not aware of it moving the way it did. But very light volume as it was making this move, obviously. And again, trying to continue that action today, Peter. So what's the news? What's the latest on this one?
The same news actually, or related news. Velo 3D, apparently they've got a strategic partnership with SpaceX, and anything that related to SpaceX is getting a little bit of a boost in the last 2 days. So no more news than that.
Yep. Okay. Nah, wow, this list not looking great, guys. Let's take a look at the next one. Lululemon on deck this morning. So we are up here 10%. Let's see, 10%. Looks like after hours action did pop up pretty nice here, about 10%. And since then has held that pop for the most part. Not much volume in this morning, 282,000 shares traded. And this is typical Lululemon pre-market action. They normally don't get a lot of volume. For the most part, even on their daily, you can see that they're averaging, what is it? Well, not averaging, but usually below 6 million, down to around 4 million shares traded per day. Yesterday, obviously, some good volume, 10 million. Peter, did they have earnings? Well, what's going on with Lululemon? Seems like some kind of earnings or news action after hours
Yes,
last night.
they had earnings after the close yesterday. They beat their numbers. I guessed that they'd be going down, and looks like I guessed wrong. So we were watching this after hours with all of our members who are still there in the chat room. Yeah, it actually went down for like 30 seconds and and then popped right up. And as you said, held it. So related to that, some interesting news. Despite the fact that they beat their numbers, they announced that their CEO is going to be leaving. They're going to do a fulsome search. The board has committed to do a full search for a new CEO. The founder, who's always been a weird character, Chip Wilson, is apparently criticizing the board over the CEO succession planning. And he's done this before, where he likes to just rag on the board. You're out, dude. Like, go retire on your yoga pant money and just I'm sure the board feels the same way. Like, just shut up and go away. But anyways, always out there. He's vowed he's going to continue to be an active, engaged investor in Lululemon, which I'm sure has got the board rolling their eyes. In any event, there's always like Chip always creates drama. Drama is the best way to put it. So, you know what? That actually feels appropriate. Drama and yoga pants go together, don't they? Anyways, all right, never mind. I'm going to go on another rant if we go down that path. Lululemon also got an upgrade this morning. So they got some analyst attention as Jeffries upgraded them and put interestingly, they upgraded them from underperform to a hold, but put a target price of $170 on there, which is even lower than the price was yesterday before it jumped up. So I don't know what to make out of that, but at least there was another. They got another. Wasn't even an upgrade, but another reiterated evaluation from TSLA Advisory Group, which increased their target price to $215. So, in any event, Lululemon's in play, sort of. I've tried to watch this in the past. I know it's one that Brian mentions. I've never found a good trade on it.
Same here. I don't like the way the price action is. I never have any luck in it, so I'm not gonna watch it today, guys. If you like it, definitely put it on your list. But I will pass on this one. Let's look at PL. PL was actually on our list yesterday. Now that I remember the ticker here, so PL did pop up on the gap up list. Looks like it had a good day as far as the breakout here in the intraday. Today they're looking to push higher, up 4.8 this morning, 586,000 shares traded. So continues to be in play. This is Planet Labs, if you guys remember,
Yep.
from our gappers list yesterday.
Yeah, Planet Labs jumping here with the whole space news. Anyways, with SpaceX going public, they also had earnings. This is just a continuation play. Probably, if you didn't like it yesterday, you probably won't like it today.
Yeah, probably not. Continuing here, CDE is another one that's on our list. So CDE this morning up 4%. Looks like a mining company. 545,000 shares traded. Light volume for the most part on the daily. Yeah, it just doesn't fit my criteria, guys. If you look at the intraday action, though, it did move. Looking at the dead chart without seeing how the price action was, looks like they had a great move from 16 all the way to about almost 18. And today looking like it wants more. But again, it doesn't fit my criteria, so I won't be watching it. But it seems to want to continue in play here.
Yeah, this is Car Mining, Heart Mining, anyways, gold miner. Says they're US based, but that's a very French name. Anyways, they apparently had some good the exploration data revealed very high grade silver discoveries in one of their holdings, and that's got the stock price jumping. Um, so if you're willing to, place a bet on some risky exploratory mining, then maybe CDE is your candidate for today.
Yeah. HL next on here. HL. That's a couple of mining companies. Another one here as well. HL is up 3.4, 344,000 shares traded. So I'm assuming this one. Also, an AG is actually silver. It's different. But yeah, HL also up, Peter, as well.
Well, you mentioned that all these two-letter tickers, they seem to be all silver miners. So HLAG, they're all silver miners. Silver prices continue to soar. I mean, silver prices hitting another all-time high yesterday, and looks like we're opening a little bit higher today. I mean, it's pulling back right at the moment, but we are still in all-time high territory. And which is silver's even been going better than gold recently, because it's just gold at least had a pullback, and now we're only reapproaching the highs, whereas silver just it finished that move and has been going higher for the last 2 weeks. So silver miners, yeah, doing well this morning because of the price of their commodity.
All right. I don't normally like the way these things trade, so I'm going to leave those alone again for the way I trade here. All right, Peter, as far as gapping down, anything you like, man? We're not coming off with much here. I got Tilray. I'm sorry, gapping up. Gapping up. Tilray. And I got a popcorn ticker, JZXN. Anything you like?
Yeah, not really. I mean, it seems to be that most things are gapping down. Tesla happens to be gapping up just a little bit here. It it actually it was tough yesterday, I found anyways. Wasn't all that exciting. We were watching some others. Netflix is gapping up this morning. That's after a couple of down days. So I know Mike was putting some long-term money into Netflix below 100, so maybe he can double down. But who knows? Netflix, of course, we're still waiting to hear, waiting for the other shoe to drop, so to speak, waiting for the news on their acquisition of Warner Brothers. Is it happening? Is it not happening? Are they going to be outbid or outplayed? Who knows? But it's been quiet, actually. We haven't heard anything in about 3 days now. So we'll see. But Netflix prices are sitting there. And NVIDIA is the only one of the semiconductors that is actually gapping higher this morning, whereas everything else looks like it's gapping down. So, yeah, that's what I've got on the gap up list that might be worth watching. But I'm gonna take it easy on this Friday. It's been a tough week, like we said. So,
yeah. All right, let's see what's gapping down, friends, and see if we can get something out of this here. Let's look at FRMI. So FRMI, Fermi down 42%. Wow, getting destroyed this morning. Floor on this one is 581 million. Is what I show in TradingTerminal.com. Lower price stock was hanging out around 15 and now down at $8. So again, taking the sledgehammer to the face here, Peter. The stock, it's really getting destroyed. Who's getting fired, man?
Yeah, they had this big deal that they had signed. A construction service agreement and an electronic service agreement. I don't know what these seem to be formal terms because they got acronyms. But anyways, they were going to be providing and building out basically a power plants for Xcel Energy and Southwestern Public Service Company, and they've terminated that agreement for whatever reason. So that's not good news for the company. And they did not disclose that I can see any details of the terms of the contract. It was supposed to be a $150 million contract. Whether there's a penalty, why they terminated it is not available, at least not that I can see. So yes, the stock is reacting to the loss of that deal.
All right, there it is. So taking a big hit this morning. I like the pre-market action. I love the activity we're getting. I think it might be worth watching. Hard to borrow though. So we can't short it, which is strange, man. This stock is 581 million. So very strange that we don't have shares for sure with Interactive Brokers. Usually that's sometimes left for low flow tickers. But I'm not sure in a low flow on this, Peter. What's your flow? Well, what do you have on this one? Maybe we could check out other channels just in case.
For me here, let me go back to it. I see 215 million shares in that float.
Yes, that's strange. I'm gonna add it here. Let's see where it goes. I mean, this is clearly in play. It's got a catalyst. It's got good volume. It's not a low flow ticker. I'm just kind of surprised that we don't have inventory to short with Interactive Brokers. So we'll keep it on deck. Let's see where it goes here. Miggy, also back on the list. It was on here yesterday, if you guys remember. Today is gapping down 16%. Hard to borrow. Looks messy. Low flow ticker. Under a million shares traded. Under a million shares float. So again, probably not one that's going to fit our criteria. And these second day plays are really, really brutal. This thing popped up, as you can see here, opened up, popped up to 16, gave it all back yesterday, and today gapping down some more. Clearly, I think the fun is somewhat over on this one. So we'll leave it alone and we'll move on. Peter, anything to add?
Yeah, this is the type of company that just makes me super nervous. I don't exactly know what they do. Their headline says they provide carbon-free advanced digital infrastructure. That sounds like all right. So let's read some details. Our innovation and technology and operational expertise enables us to operate and optimize digital infrastructure to accelerate the digital economy. Blah blah blah. That is a whole bunch of bullshit bingo words. So I don't. I assume they operate data centers. They make it sound exciting. I'm not actually sure what they do. In any event, yeah, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. Next, TE. TE is next here. T1 Energy is the name of the ticker, and is down 9.4 this morning. 4.7 million shares traded, and float on this one 94 million. So. Not typically anything I like, but today where is this 4.4 million shares traded, by the way? This is the pre-market action. I don't see that. So not sure what's going on there. Yeah, I don't like it. Peter?
Yeah, do the T1. Okay. They you don't I gotta admire a company that's gonna name themselves after a Terminator robot. But okay. They secondary offering. They're issuing another 28 million shares. We don't want to play with that. The convertible notes, actually, not even shares. So, but
yeah. All right. No good here. All right, let's get to at least one that we know is a company and actually might be able to trade well today. AVGO, man, down 5.5, 2.2 million shares traded. Yeah, now we're getting some stuff because, man, this list, I'm going to roll a truck very soon after we're done with it here. For the most part, overall, Gappers list has been brutal. And not the first day this week that we've seen a list that's like, man, where's the fun stuff? So AVGO in play today, down 5.6, 2.2 million shares traded. Peter, give us the scoop on this one.
Broadcom had earnings after the close yesterday. They're one of the trio of companies we were watching for earnings. And the news was generally good. with one big asterisk on it. So they beat their numbers in the quarter. They met their guidance. They didn't raise it, but they met the analyst expectations for guidance. They did raise their dividend by 10%. So, they have extra money to distribute. And they announced that they have a $73 billion backlog in AI services. However, the CEO in the after hours comments did warn of margin pressure and thinking that profitability may become a problem in the future, or at least attaining the market expectations of profitability. That was enough to have the company move down after hours. So I think this is a decent actually in play. It was in play earlier this week. Now that it's had its earnings, I think it could be in play again today. It's not my favorite semiconductor, as you guys probably know by now, but recently I would actually put it number 3 after NVIDIA and AMD. So,
AVGO.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I'll put it on the list today. I'm not a big fan. Like I said, I'm with you. I like NVIDIA and AMD much better. I don't know though. This is a tough one to put like in front of MU. I like MU. Although MU has not given us anything recently. I think it's a good one. But we'll see. All right, AVGO on deck this morning. We'll take a look at it and see how it does later. Very active pre-market activity, so definitely in play, guys. Down 5.4 this morning, and we'll have it on there. All right, let's see. Going back to our gappers list, 2 more to go through here. SNDK, we saw this 2 days ago, I believe, or maybe 3 days ago. But this is SanDisk. Normally does not trade very well. They've been making some noise lately. We were looking at their year-to-date move. I mean, September, this thing just took off. I mean, it was literally at $54. Beginning of the year, even lower at 28, and now we're sitting at $234. So very impressive move over the last 4 months or so. But as far as intraday trading, it is very difficult. They don't get much volume. I find it tough to trade, so it won't be on my list. But they're on our list today as they're down 2.8 with 281,000 shares traded. So they're hitting all the criteria to make the gappers list. But again, not really a good trading ticker for us to watch.
No. And remember we were talking about these because, Carlos, you're asking what they do. And they produce sort of memory chips, and we sort of know them for the memory chips they used to produce for like phones and cameras and stuff like that, right? And interestingly, Andrew indirectly had a story yesterday he was telling in the chat room that made me think of these guys. Maybe he's the cause of this thing going down, because he was talking about his experience there in Vienna when he was standing in line behind an elderly lady who was trying to buy a new memory chip for her camera, and he was like, "Who has a camera anymore?" Like and to try and buy a memory chip, she couldn't understand why the store like didn't have them, and he's like, "Nobody buys them, so we don't sell them anymore." And anyways, apparently it was a whole lengthy argument. But interesting, Andrew was referencing a routine by Louis C.K., who is notable for having offended just about everybody at some point in his comedy career. And anyways, I don't need to go into what he was saying about it, but you could probably imagine. Yeah, it made me think of SanDisk because we were just talking about it earlier in the morning, and I was thinking, well, maybe that's why. Did we do this? Did I do that? But anyways, SanDisk, probably not tradable. You have a camera, Craigie, but if you have a camera, do you take it on vacation with you? Like, I've long since given up taking a camera on vacation, like a separate camera. Unless you're an actual photographer. You do? Okay, then you are old. Sorry to tell you.
Like, I take mine. I gotta admit, I took mine to Thailand.
Really? Because I used to. Oh, yeah. And then I actually did the comparison, and when I compared the photos from my camera, like I had a DSLR, nice, fancy camera, but it's like 15 years old now, and the photo quality from my phone was better than off of that. So I'm like, never mind.
It really depends. I took a picture of Andrew. I'm trying to find it with my camera, and you can tell. You can tell. Now, can you tell on a screen that's like, the size of a phone? Absolutely not. Right. But the minute you put it on a monitor, you can tell how crispy it is. Like, I don't care what phone you got, the iPhone latest and greatest. You take a picture. The minute you make it a little bit bigger, the quality's off. is completely off. So it makes a difference, man. Big
You're not
difference.
doing it right.
You know, I'm telling you, Peter.
Anyways,
No,
yeah.
I would
I'm
disagree
not a
100%. I'm telling you, if
okay.
you the minute you
Well,
take
then
a
you know what?
picture,
Then that's okay, man.
yeah,
You
yeah,
you carry your camera around. I'm
I
good.
do, man. I love it. Even our group picture, like we have a group picture from Thailand that we took, and one of them is with Andrew's phone, and one of them is with from Jim. Jim had his nice camera, and you could tell the difference, it's night and day. Especially when you're far out, and
Okay.
you're trying to take a group picture, you could really tell. But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree, man. It's
Yeah.
the best camera.
Distance. If you're
Hmm.
yeah.
Go ahead.
If you're trying to zoom in, as saying here, optical zoom is always better than a digital zoom. I won't argue with that. But to me, is it worth lugging around a 10-pound camera to accomplish that? It's up to you.
Yeah.
Anyways.
No, exactly. It's gotta to each his own, man. And like Peter says, you
Yeah.
do you. You do
You do
you.
you. Yeah.
Um,
But generally, if you're lugging it around, you're either old or you're a blogger. So if you're not
yeah,
blogging, then what are you doing?
yeah, I agree. Um, but yeah, good morning, Andrew's actually in chat and on YouTube. So good morning, sir.
There you go.
But yeah, Sandus, guys, going back to this one, doesn't trade very well. We'll leave it alone. If you like, you can watch it. I do got some quantum stuff here. Rigetti, RGTI. There it is. Rigetti. We are down 2.3 right now, 658,000 shares traded. And I do see QBTS. So also down 1.9 with a little bit of volume, 305,000 shares traded. So that's good because man, we would love to see these stocks go back and play. If you look at QBTS, it was a good one. We were watching it on a regular basis between September, October, of course, which is an excellent month for a lot of us traders here. And then since then has really just calmed down a little bit. So hopefully they can get back in play. They're moving here a little bit here today. Are they going to be tradable? I don't know. Peter, is there any news out there for the quantum space?
Not really. I don't see any news. But as we get close to the end of this year, it's worth keeping in mind that if we go back in time a little bit, 2025 largely has been the year of quantum because these things have been moving all year. If you go back and look at the daily charts, you can sort of see how, they've really sort of, taken off in the latter half of this year, especially. But pretty much for all of 2025 is when we started paying attention. Like it was right at the end of last year when quantum just got like, just look at the Rigetti chart, for example, right? If you just go back, and they pretty much all look the same. Somewhere around October, early November last year, they went from like dead flat to suddenly being in play. Like, this time last year, we barely knew what they were. They were just starting to hit our radar. Anyways, the point I'm making is that when initially quantum was coming out, there was some expectation, of course, that 2026 was when we were going to start to see some active quantum meet our regular lives. Now, it in some respect, quantum has hit the mark ahead of that because there are quantum computers being sold and being used on very specific purposes. I've got to be I got to be particular on that. You can only use quantum computers to do very specific things right now because understanding that, if you're going to run the exact same equation and know that you will not always get the same answer, that's problematic by compute standards today. So, however, if you're running like large scale sort of big data simulations, you can afford a little bit of, variation in the results. So, in any event, 2026 originally was the expectation as to when things were going to sort of be of value. Remember, that quickly got offset when the CEO of NVIDIA came out and said, "Oh my God, you guys are 10 years away." It's not 2 years; it's 10 years away. So that sort of almost like I don't know, relieved the pressure, but it's going to be interesting, I guess, as we get into next year, if how much the investors and the market is going to remember that 2026 date and the expectation as to value. Remember, because there's things like Microsoft. Didn't Microsoft declare 2025 the year of quantum computing? So, people are going to be looking back and saying, "So, what'd you do, Microsoft? What came out of that?" So, anyways, we'll see when that happens. Quantum still active. I mean, again, just look at this volume on Rigetti. Look at the volume on QUBT. I mean, we're still trading, 20 to 40 million shares a day on all of these things. compared to, again, if you look just back a year ago, these things could barely garner 1 million shares a day. So quantum's in play. Tradable, I don't like the intraday trading on them. Still don't. So not watching them today.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's see. All right, that kind of covers it. Gap up and down list here from TradingTerminal.com. Peter, anything you like as far as gapping down before we go into the chat and see what they like this morning?
I think we talked about Broadcom. The one that we didn't touch on is Costco. Costco had earnings after the close yesterday. They get very little volume pre-market. They had a sort of a mixed picture. They slightly missed on revenue. So Carlos, you haven't made enough big trips out there to Costco, it seems like. And but they did increase the number 14% up on their memberships. They increased their bottom line revenue. They think that their next quarter is going to be decent. So I don't know, sort of a mixed picture on Costco. Not a great trading stock. Not one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's about it.
All right. Let's continue here. Okay, let's start with the chat, guys. See what you guys got going on this morning. Let's take a look at what you guys have on deck. Of course, we look at our usual suspects, but let's see what you guys are rocking with this morning. Lululemon, yeah, we did look at this one. Again, I don't like it, Peter. I think you're in the same boat. We know there's a lot of traders that do enjoy this one, though.
Yeah, Lulu is I don't know. It's a tough one to trade. So not my favorite. I know people are mentioning it. We did talk about it earlier with earnings. Again, it surprised me because I thought they were actually going to be down, but again, they got upgraded. They beat their numbers. Go forth and conquer in your yoga pants. Again, I know I'm harping on that, but that's really what they're known for, right?
Yeah.
They're super expensive yoga pants.
It is. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA here, what do we have going on? I like NVIDIA. I mean, it's one of our stocks, one of our usual suspects. Given our list this morning, I think we definitely got space for it. So NVIDIA is going to go on here. TLRY, I have it here. I don't know how well that's going to trade. I think it's going to be a not so exciting. Actually, maybe. We do have shares for sure. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one. Let's see what it does. So NVIDIA, I do like that one, guys. Always fun to watch. Another one you guys were mentioning is Tesla. Tesla also good pre-market activity. Also another one that we like to keep on deck as well. So I'll watch it. Again, lately, the continuation has been the issue with us. Getting the continuation out of some of these tickers. They're moving not as great as they were, in early November and of course October. But how can you not watch Tesla? I'm gonna have it on deck as well this morning. Apple yesterday, there was a couple, Peter, that we noticed that did move well yesterday. Apple was one of them. There was a few other ones too. I think Meta, that actually did provide a nice move. They were not on our main list, but they did do something. So if you look at Apple here, Apple had a nice, beautiful drop right out of the gates, traded very clean. They recover a little bit, and there were many like this one that had the same thing. I think Google also traded. I don't recall if it was up or down, but Google also had a nice trading at the open. There it is, a nice little drop at the beginning, then a little bit of recovery. So we got a couple of tickers that were initially down that provided some good opportunities. And even Google, look at the daily on Google. It's just been sideways compared to what they normally have done prior to the last 2 weeks or so. So as far as that, I mean, I got NVIDIA, I got Tesla. I do want to put Apple on my secondary list just in case there's something going on there. And if you guys see something great, please let me know. Peter, anything else you like before we head to our community events and announcements?
Oracle has been in play the last couple of days. Yeah. It's gapping down here this morning. Might be worth mentioning. It had sort of a good move up through yesterday afternoon, giving some of that back now. So I never know whether this is going to be in play or not, but I like where it sits on the daily range. It could be an inside day to that move we had yesterday if you look at where it sits, but might be worth keeping an eye on. Other than that, PLTR also had a good, interesting afternoon move. So it looks different on the daily, but also sits in an interesting spot where if it pops higher over 190, could be very interesting. But I don't know if it's necessarily going to go there.
Yeah. So. All right. Let me. Yeah, I like those. I do like PLTR. I'm gonna again just so all our usual suspect friends. PLTR on the list as well. We're gonna put it on here. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. Okay, let's head over to beararbitrage.com. Friends, you can always see what's happening here. Click on webinars and you can see what's taking place throughout the week. Today, we're going to focus on Friday.
Yes. Well, I don't think we have anything scheduled for today. We certainly don't have anything in the Bear World trading community. We always like to take it easy on Friday. Normally on Fridays, we have this bootcamp prep meeting. Peak Capital does that to get people ready. If you're in Peak Capital, you should know if this is happening or not. I'm just not sure because I know Mike was taking a few days off. He normally leads this session. If anybody out there, any of our mods knows whether this is happening or not at noon for our Peak Capital traders, let me know. But I will assume that it's canceled and you get the day off. You can go sort of work on your strategies on your own. So let's assume that that's not happening. Yes, you got an email. Oh, not canceled. Brendan is holding it. Okay, thank you. See, you guys know. You know better than me. So there you go. So it looks like Brendan's going to be doing that. Awesome. So it will be happening. If you're in the P Capital camp, then you should have got that email that Ali is mentioning and know about it. Whoa, it's me to infinity and beyond. So there you go. So that's what's happening. If you want to join in our community, the chat room's open and we're definitely going to be trading all day. In fact, probably this afternoon as we head to the close. I plan on having a glass. I'm already planning my scotch because I don't know why. I'm in a weekend mood already. I'm ready for a drink and it's like I barely just finished breakfast. So
it's a Christmas feel that you're getting, Peter. You're getting the gotta turn on the lights. You're getting the.
It's like upside down. There we go.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There it is. You're getting ready.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get my Christmas. One second.
Yeah, get your Christmas stuff. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
This is my Christmas thing here that we use in our household. So every day I got to get Mr. Snowman here. Hold on. Got to get Mr. Snowman and I got to change the date. So we know how close we are to Christmas. So there we go. Change them to the 12th. This is my kids. Always ask.
Every night we're in Christmas full mode over here. Every night we're changing Alfie, putting him in all kinds of different places. Yeah. Today he was cooking in the my daughter's cooking thing. So yeah, man, it's that time of the year. It's a wonderful, wonderful time of the year. All right, let's friends, let's get some levels in here. I got a couple of tickers to look at: TRY, FR, MI, AVGO, NVDA, and Tesla. Sounds like a lot, but a few of these we've been watching all throughout the week, so we're very familiar with what's going on with them, NVIDIA and Tesla on those two. New one to our list in a while is TLRY. Again, on some news that just to me does not make any sense. This should not be up, but it is here. High of the pre-market right now, we're looking at 1180. So I have the pre-market. The low is down at 1040, so I have to mark those there as well. And then if we look at the daily, go to the left here a little bit, I do see an area right around 924, so 924 is good. And then towards the top, we do have 1296. So that's looking pretty nice there as far as TLRY. All right, next FRMI. Let's see what we have here. Low of the pre-market 750. The high is all the way up at the previous day close. I mean, this thing's down 40%, guys, and hard to borrow, which I'm shocked with how this is hard to borrow given the float that it is, right? It's like 200 million or something. 1287 looks like a good place there as well. Let's go to the left. We don't have much to the left, do we? Oh, we don't. Oh, no wonder we're struggling here, because this is a recent IPO just back a couple of months ago. So that's why we probably don't have inventories to short on this one. It's not a ticker that's been around for a while. 750 is your all-time low. So not much to look at here. Wow, this makes it even more interesting. Shame we cannot short it. AVGO is next, my friends. We're looking at AVGO 378.42. 41 is the low of the pre-market. The high of the pre-market is over at 390.55. And once you do that, towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days are doing a great job. Got you covered. There is right where the price action is, or slightly above it. 385.88 looks really good. You got a couple of areas there, support and resistance, so that looks great. And then towards the bottom here, we do have 371.84 on AVGO in play today, down for 5.5, almost 5 million shares trade, I believe there. Next is NVIDIA. NVIDIA kind of stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, so not doing a whole lot this morning, just barely green. 183.23 is the high of the pre-market. The low is down at 179. Once you do that, you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Do not have to do too much. Keep it nice and simple on Tesla. I'm sorry, on NVIDIA. We'll move on to Tesla, which is very similar as well, stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, up slightly this morning, not by much. High of the pre-market 448.44, and then the low is 445.06. So also, as we've been trading this week, TSLA is another one you could look at if you want to trade something that's a smaller price tag. TSLA is 2 times leverage, but this can give you an option to trade Tesla if Tesla price tag is too high for you, so you can do that as well. All right, there it is. Peter, what is our team watching this morning?
All right, our mods are starting to get their list in place, and we'll let you know. Let's see who's up first. It looks like Thor is again up first. He's going to be looking at NVIDIA and then a whole bunch of equities contracts. Or futures contracts, sorry. Eamon, he's going to be laser focused on AMD, thinking there's a potential long there. I've got one IPO to let you know about, and I've just made the executive decision that I'm no longer going to be reporting on SPACs. I've been reporting on those for years. Never once have we found one that is worth trading, so who cares? We'll just focus on IPOs. I'm also going to be watching the usual suspects, and Broadcom, PLTR, and Tilray. Brian is going to be watching NVIDIA, AMD, Tesla, CoreWeave, Tilray, and of course the market indices. Megan is going to be focused on Oracle and Broadcom. And then Andrew's going to be looking at Tilray, Broadcom, Tesla, Lululemon, Rigetti, and NVIDIA. And Brendan just came in with his list watching NVIDIA, Tesla, Broadcom, and AMD. So a lot of focus on some of the semiconductors with Broadcom and AMD seem to be top of the list here. We'll see. We'll see what they do today. We'll see where the opportunity is. I hope it's fun. I hope Lulu works well. And just for reference, you were talking about that, Carlos, or in the chat room, somebody was saying they hope that if Brian wears pants today, he wears Lululemon pants. If he does, well, look, if you're wearing, the only way you should be wearing Lululemon pants is if you can have your head in the camera and raise your leg up so I can see your leg beside your head. If you've got that level of flexibility, then I will grant you my personal rights to wearing yoga leggings on the regular. If not, you shouldn't be wearing them. Just there's my litmus test. If he can do that, then he can wear them as long as he wants. So anyways.
Oh boy.
It's
we always,
I gotta say,
yeah,
people love those pants, and my girls love them. My wife loves them too. They say they're super comfortable. Maybe I have to try some. Maybe I don't know what I'm missing.
And there you go, Peter. You gotta open your mind to things, man. You gotta try it first,
yeah,
or you knock it.
Perhaps.
You never know. You might become a fan of the yoga Lululemon pants.
I have to admit, this is where I get old-fashioned-y, like mini rant here, but this is where sometimes you just can't help it. You're walking in a public space, a mall, a store somewhere, and you just see someone in front of you and you're like, you should not be wearing those. That is no. Just no. Please. And no. Anyways. All right. Moving on.
And with that, we'll leave you chat. Guys, have a great trading day. And we'll see you guys a little bit later. We're going to continue here on YouTube. Andrew and Brian up next in our chat room. Take care, guys.
Trade smart, everybody.
All right. Perfect. Switching over here. And let's see how this Friday treats us, my friends. Almost 5 minutes to the market open as we get ready to rock and roll. And
exactly 5 minutes to the market open.
Yeah. All right, perfect.
That was good timing, Carlos. Just as you said that, my 5-minute alarm went off. So
yeah, I was just looking at the clock and I slowed down to catch up to it, and it worked out nicely. Aligned well. It aligned well. All right.
Let's see. Will Tilray. I don't know. I don't think it's going to give us a good trade, but
let's see.
Brian is flashing us his butt in the camera.
Does he have Lululemon pants? I saw that. Is that Lululemon that he's got going on there? He's flashing his buttocks in the camera.
Yeah. All right. Well, he had to prove that he wasn't wearing yoga pants. So I think, thank you. I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yep.
All right. So, but he was wearing a lumberjack shirt at the same time. So actually, that would have been good if he was wearing yoga pants and a lumberjack shirt. I'm not sure what happens. Oh, see, Andrew's wearing a Lululemon top.
Oh, there he is.
So
Yeah.
he honestly had that with him, right? Because he's in Austria right now. So that was something that he just he packed.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely.
So there you
Oh yeah,
go. All
Andrew
right.
does like Lululemon. He likes the gear for
He
running.
does.
We know that. So good, good,
Hmm.
good. Um
Maybe I'm just jealous because I don't have the money to spend on Lululemon
no,
apparel.
Peter. We know you have the money. It's you just don't see why.
All right.
Don't
Okay.
kid
You're right.
yourself.
I choose. All right.
And
I
there's
choose not to spend my money on
right.
yeah, that gear.
Exactly. And there's stuff like
That's
that.
a
It's
good
like
point.
people is like, "Oh, Carlos, stop being cheap." Like, I'm not being cheap, but I'm not paying $85 for a T-shirt. I don't care how rich I am. I'm not
Yeah.
paying it. It's not worth that, right?
Yeah. See, because there is a point, and now this is maybe old Peter talking again, but there is a point at which if you were to wear the shirt, instead of in your head making it think it says that I'm fashionable, instead in my head it would have me thinking it says that I'm an idiot because I paid $85 for this shirt, right? And that's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
why spend the money if that's what you're thinking. So,
Yeah, it's hey, to each his own, man. To each his own. But it is what
yeah.
it is. $85
You know,
shirts fit different.
do they? Do they though?
uh,
Because I don't know. My wife bought me some True Classic shirts that I know weren't near that price. And I gotta admit, if you get one of those new like the proper shirts, they do fit different, and it was awesome. They're great, but
yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
have to pay 85 bucks for them. But anyways, all right, we digress.
We digress. We digress. All right, friends. We are ready. 1 minute, 5 minute charts on deck for me. I got my atlas from tradingterminal.com ready to go. I'm going to go hit my like button as you guys hit your like button as well over on YouTube. How many
What?
likes do we have today? I know I forgot to hit it. I'm doing it right now. Right now. There it is, 173. I just made it 174. So if you guys can help us crush that number, we really would appreciate it. So help us get there to 400. 400 is our goal. We're very happy when we are 400. So thank you for all the support. All right, AVGO
For
doing some
sure.
stuff, Peter. Doing some
Yeah, it's
stuff.
dropping down here a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what way to expect it to go, but I think it's going to be in play with the earnings.
Mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
all right,
Drift,
1 minute.
drift
This is
store
my
is the
one
way
minute
to
alarm.
go. The drift store. Listen, man, I have never been to a drift store, but I'm sure you could find some good stuff there that you might actually enjoy. You never know. I don't know
You could
about
find
clothes though.
some
I don't know
interesting
about
stuff.
clothes. Yeah, I don't know about clothes. I'm not the one about else's
Uh, it it
uh
it,
used
it can
pair of
get sketchy.
pants.
You definitely want to be washing them once or twice before wearing them.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Uh.
Every time you say thrift store, I think of the song, which is a good song describing the value of the thrift store. But all right, let's see where we're going here, guys. It's almost time. We got about 10 seconds to the market open. I don't have anything lined up for the open here. Tilray, I'll keep an eye on. Broadcom, I'll also keep an eye on. I don't know which direction either one of those is going to go. Here we go. Off to the races. Oh, as usual,
Rocking and
Tesla.
rolling.
Wow. Well, why you should just take Tesla long. Like
Every
if
morning we
Tesla
should
doesn't,
just test along.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, if it doesn't look especially weak, you should just take it long right at the open,
Take
and
it long.
then you can get $2. And anyways,
Take it long. Dollar stop and that's it.
mm, all right.
ET300 SG. Good morning, my friend. Welcome. 3000 SG.
EM,
Welcome, welcome.
EMD, AMD popping up. What's happening? The market is going down. AMD is really popping higher here.
TLRY. I want to short the crap out of this, man. This TRY. Oh, I want to short it so bad. I think this is the most. Uh, let me be kind. Unaligned news. I'm just trying to pick the right words to not offend people here. But this news doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Let me see. I mean, I want to take a 1 minute ORB on this thing. Let's see if it pops up. And we do got shares for sure. Come on, pop up. Don't leave me. Right here, 1150. This is gonna be such a gut feeling type trade. So be careful, guys. Do not follow me on this. But I want to see a drop here, and I'm gonna go short on this thing. Let's see if it drops for 1 minute and ORB down. This will be a great entry though. Giving my hypothetical thesis on this thing. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's gonna prove me wrong. Look at that, it's going the other way. All right, we'll come back to it. Just trying to prove me wrong here. Tesla doing some stuff. NVIDIA.
I'm short AMD and looking to cover some at low of day. If it comes back up, pops back up. It already popped up past me once here. This time I'll just stop out at break. Well, just hopefully at break even, as long as I don't get too much slippage. But I want to move down below 218. There we go. Come on, let's get down there. It's a little weird. It's a little choppy
AMD.
here.
It's nice and golfing to the downside. Yeah.
It just spiked down. This is hard.
NVIDIA above the VWAP. I like this
Oh
morning.
my
So
God,
far, it
look at
feels
that.
like there's better, cleaner
Crazy.
action this morning than we've been getting lately. So that's good. Seems like we're back to normal a little bit. AVGO, nice, beautiful drop here. Oh man,
I got
It's a nice
stopped out
drop.
on AMD. That's just weird.
Turn that on. Yeah.
weird.
Tesla,
Wow.
Oracle. I know you guys are watching. Tesla got like an ABCD type pattern on the 1 minute. Nice bounce off the VWAP. Might be going for more. The SPY is good to look at. I mean, SPY right now is not doing a whole lot, but it is not selling off, so that's good. But yeah, SPY, you want to keep an eye on it. I have a chart on it, just always checking to see what it's doing. So I keep it to the side. And AVGO. Let's see here. All right, I don't see any good 1 minute engulfing. All right, so 4 minutes to the open now. Let's see if we got any good 5 minute ORBs. I got AVGO. I got Tesla. Tesla might want to go, friends. It's gonna pop here. I don't like that I got to extend on that 1 minute, but it looks like it wants to go. There it is. Beautiful breakout. Kind of got like an ABCD pattern on it. Could be turning into a good 5 minute ORB in a couple of minutes here, in a couple of seconds. 34 seconds left. NVIDIA above the VWAP. PLTR selling down. Apple selling up. TRY. What else are we watching? How about this FRMI? Pure garbage, as we suspected. Pure garbage. Okay. NVIDIA, Tesla, AVGO. AVGO, maybe a 5 minute ORB. You got a little pullback happening now. Let's see if it can. TRY. Actually, TRY actually held. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to actually fall apart. But it actually held above the VWAP. I really wanted that short, but it didn't provide us any opportunity to actually go short. PLTR selling lower. Tesla's gone. Andrew's long Tesla. He got in minute 2 for a 1 minute ORB. Added. Pars tried to break at the high of the day and partially now into 1985. He's trading TSLA, which is again similar to Tesla. Just look at it go, man. What a move. That is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. PLTR, I'm looking for something here, friends. I'm going to short this thing. I'm looking to short TRY below the VWAP here. What's this? 5 minute. ORB's a little bit. It's gonna go. I missed my entry. The stock is so garbage. This is so garbage. It's gonna drop to like 1050. I know it, and I missed it. This is so garbage. This thing. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow!
I would have retired. I would have retired today. I would have retired today. I didn't take it. I would have retired today. Would have closed my account, withdraw, retire with that trade. Oh man. As Andrew says, I'm done with my life. He has this saying, "I'm done with my life."
Yeah.
I love it. Oh man, look at this. And I knew it. Yes, I knew it so much. Doug, Dong 101 0101. Oh, it's gonna go lower because again, this news just was ridiculous. It made no sense. Tesla to the moon. Andrew continues to parse you in on that one on TSLL. What a beautiful trade. PLTR. TRY going down to 0, and I'm not in it. Oh. Peter, tell me you traded something that you made money for both of us today.
Well, again, I tried that AMD short. That didn't work. Look at AMD just gun higher. I'm watching it closely to see what it's doing here.
No, you're saying I'm kidding. I'm not close to retirement. I'm just saying that because I would have done so well on it. But no, it's just playing. Of course, just kidding. ASTS. Let's see. Candy, you're trading Netflix. ASTS volume seems a little bit lower than what I would like, but I see what you're looking at. Possible breakout, right? 5 minute ORB. Possible breakout here as it's trying to bounce off of VWAP. You might get that if that's what you're looking for. I'm not sure though. Volume seems a little bit too light for me. Netflix. Yeah, well, nice 1 minute engulfing on Netflix. TRY. It's gonna go lower. Just know it. PLTR. It's a nice 5 minute possible drop here. NVIDIA is trying to break out. I feel like I miss everything, guys. AVGO. How does Atlas look on AVGO? Let's take a look at that. Trading terminal. And let's look at AVGO, see what we have. AVGO.
Tesla's got a good move higher here.
Yes,
AMD,
yes.
AMD's gone green.
VGO.
NVIDIA's pretty choppy today, although it is at the high right now.
AVGO actually has more to the downside. Besides that 371.60 on Atlas, a lot of it is to the downside. The little bit that it has, not a stock that has a lot of orders, but the little bit that it has shows to the downside. Just not sure if I want to take a trade here. PLTR. TRY. Oh man, 1050 coming up. That is a shame. I like AVGO on the 5 minute. Yeah, let's go short. I'm gonna go short AVGO on the 5 minute. I do like the Atlas as well. So my Atlas, I do like 374.50, 374. Got some orders down there as well. So I am short AVGO, and let's see. The 5 minute is great for
beautiful.
also
Okay.
5 minute RB breakdown here. So let's see if we can get at least to 371.80.
Wow.
Would be nice. What are you on, Peter? What are you on? Share.
This is, oh my God. This is so, I am so, this is, I am embarrassed, Carlos.
No.
Totally
It
embarrassed.
cannot be
here.
possible.
This is not,
What happened?
not, what the hell? Why can't I get the chart coming? Broadcom, Apple, there it is. This is,
What did you trade?
This is horrible. I traded AMD, and I don't know what I was doing.
AMD.
I
Short?
actually reversed. Well, here's the funny thing. I have reversed my position like 3 times now,
No,
and
you don't do that.
It's really,
That's
I
not
know,
like you.
and it's really
Reverse?
I know it's really quite embarrassing. So I don't say every once in a while I get into these days. I said I'm ready for the weekend. I don't know what's going on with me. So I don't. Do you have my chart?
It's not coming
Anyways,
up.
it's
I know why. I know why. Because your name changed. So I gotta do it. Hold on. I got it
okay.
now. There, I got it. All right. So when short, stop out.
So you can't tell it because I literally reversed my position. I went short. And then I
Uh-huh.
said, oh, you know what? I think it's a long going above VWAP. And I doubled my position. So when I exited my short, I actually went long,
Yeah.
partialed
Yeah.
all the way up here. I tried to
Nice.
add it. I tried to add to my position thinking, oh, well, I'll add on this pullback because it's at the previous day close. And I actually added twice. And then when it went below, I'm like, oh, this is actually a short. So I made a big reversal on my position and I reversed it again. And now I'm partialing on the way down here on the short. And I'm like, I don't. So I've got green trades, sort of. I mean, the first
Mm-hmm.
one was actually a loss, you can see. First loss here, but then green here and then green here. But it's like, I don't know who I am today. What is, I'm
Well,
having an
I
identity
was
crisis.
expecting a lot worse. This is not as bad as you made it sound,
Mm.
Peter. No, this is not. This is
But,
not that bad.
I directly, like, I added to my position here and then reversed it. Like, those are both acts that I don't normally take. Anyways, it's just weird. It feels weird,
Yeah.
Carlos. Feels
Yeah.
weird.
Feels dirty. Feels dirty.
Feels dirty. Yeah, exactly.
Got some dirty
It's the
trading
shirt,
going
maybe.
on.
But I haven't even started to drink Zeus. I mean, that's if I had that, then at least I'd have an excuse here that I could say, you know, I've had something. All right, taking another
Yeah.
partial here, just because
Peter
we're
needs to
down in the whole
shower.
dollar. Yeah.
Agreed, man.
Anyways,
Agreed.
I've got
Oh,
another
man.
partial here, so it's working out. Like
It's
it
working.
just
Listen, man.
it feels dirty. I feel so
You
dirty.
were in
All
sync with
right.
the chart. You're like you're in sync in
Oh,
sync with the market price action, man. There's nothing wrong
yeah,
with that.
maybe.
So hey, it's working. But I get what you're
If
saying.
this
It's not
comes back to
typically what you would
VWAP,
do.
I'm gonna add again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's really quite ugly. My goodness, this
Wow.
is what
Andrew
what am I doing?
he is destroying Tesla. He's destroying Tesla so much. He's not even trading. He's not just trading it on TSLL. He's trading Tesla too. He's trading both. He's destroying it on any possible way he can. I mean, he is just. It's like, where's the chop guy? We need to. Hold on. Let's get. This
my
is Andrew on
goodness.
Tesla right now. He's
I
chopping
sent
it
it
up
to you.
perfectly. Yeah. This is Andrew, and that orange right there. That's Tesla. He's just chopping it up perfectly.
That's Tesla.
Man,
There
wow.
he goes.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right, I'm going to take another partial here. Oh,
Okay.
yes. AVGO. Beautiful 5-minute RB breakdown on AVGO.
What do you? Oh, so you're. See, that's a better trade. Look at that. It came
Yeah,
down.
it's
When did you go short? Did you
we
go short? Oh, I
here.
only see. Get the choppy guy up there.
You could
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I see. So, yeah. See,
Yeah,
that's at least that's your
yeah,
trade. Like,
yeah.
you know what? You know how you know the warning you normally give people on Fridays, right? You don't want to go
Mm-hmm.
on the weekend knowing that you broke your rules.
Mm.
So even though I'm green, it at the moment it doesn't feel good because I broke my rules. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that is not.
No, I
I
hear you,
don't know.
man.
It's not one I can show people and say, "Do what I do, guys. Look, here's an example of good trading." Like, no, it's
Yeah, I get
I
you,
don't
man.
know.
But hey, you felt it. It worked out.
I
So
guess.
it's not as bad.
Guess.
Andrew is in the kitchen cooking. Yes, he is. He is cooking up a lobster meal here. Uh, my, my son now my son's in a different school and he's with older kids like third graders or fourth graders. He's just in kindergarten, and you hear the words that okay, you did not come up with that. Cooking is one of them. That's one of the things that kids are into now. Oh, when they make a shot or a good basketball play or football play, I'm cooking. And he came home the other day with that. I'm just like, oh boy, here it comes.
Yeah.
Picking up terminologies that other
Oh,
kids
yeah.
are
That's
like.
it's
Oh
school is
man,
important for the kids. They need to learn how to socialize, but they will come home with
they'll come
habits, words,
home
and
with
expressions you do not want them to have.
what do you mean
Yeah,
you're cooking? Like I'm
yeah, yeah.
cooking that. Like I know what it
Well,
meant
look,
because I heard it before, but it was just so funny.
sure. It could be
Uh,
worse.
it could be worse. Could be worse. So,
Wait till the swearing slang comes in and he doesn't quite understand what he's saying.
mm-hmm. All right, let's see. All right, so guys, AVGO, everything looks great on this thing for another leg, hopefully. And
Yeah,
we got our Atlas, 369. Friends, if you don't have Atlas, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how you're surviving.
you're wasting your life.
I don't know how you're surviving in these markets without Atlas. I'm going to take another partial here. 369's got a ton of orders, and everything is to the downside on Atlas on AVGO. Like if you look at it now, everything is down, 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 and we are about to hopefully take advantage of this drop. We got more orders down on Atlas over.
Here we go. Come on.
What is this?
Come on, I'm looking for
367.10.
218.
10,000 orders down there. 367.10. So I'm gonna be a little more patient with the partialing. Here's Peter's chart. He's also short AMD. Now this is trading. Like market has been rough.
There
This
we
is
go.
nice. We're getting our
Come on.
continuations.
I want 218. There we go. All right. Excellent partial. Okay. All right. So I got a great partial right at 218 on AMD.
Beautiful.
That's where I was targeting. I wasn't going to be greedy. You got that right at the bottom of the candle. I'm okay if it goes lower. You keep going.
Yes, yes, yes. Agius Lionheart. Am I saying that correctly? I gotta look up how you pronounce that.
God,
Yes, 6-7 is
believe I
another
did
one.
this.
6-7. If you have kids,
Oh no, we don't. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
6-7. It's like my son came home like, what is that? You throwing gang signs now? Like, what's going on?
Do you know that? You know, like some of the fast food restaurants and that. You know when they have order number 22, order number 104, right?
Yeah,
They've
yeah,
eliminated. They've actually taken out of the queue 667 any
yeah.
combination that has that because
hmm
as soon as they
If
call
their
that
kids
order,
are there, that's
all the kids
6-7.
are exactly.
It's
So I'm like, it's
it,
that
it is.
bad? Like what is? Oh my God! Sometimes these things when they hit, you're like, what?
Yeah, but it means
Anyways.
nothing. Like we looked it up.
It
I
doesn't
looked
mean
it up.
anything.
Doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything. It's just a basketball player. I think was 6-7. It just went viral. Like this thing just went viral, and that's just what it is. So it means nothing at all. So yeah. But yeah, so funny. So funny. All right, AVGO pulling up a little bit here. I did take another partial a few minutes ago, so we are set on this one. We still got more orders to the downside, so hopefully this pullback doesn't survive too long here, and it continues to head lower. And let's see here.
Yeah, I got looks like I got a partial just at the right spot there. Look at that. Look at my partial right at the bottom of those candles.
That's perfect.
That's always pretty. Oh, you got one too on Broadcom.
Yeah.
Carlos.
I
But
did.
it's always good when you're able to see your arrow right down at the bottom
Yeah,
of the candle there, eh? That's always pretty to see. So
it's nice. It's
it makes me
nice.
feel a little bit better because I'm still feeling pretty dirty about this trade, I gotta admit. But that's
All
not what I
right.
do. Maybe I just need to make some new rules. I have been resisting creating some new open trading rules for a while, I admit. So
Let's see
I don't know.
here. I want to reset my funded account. I got to reset my funded account because I want to trade in it again from the beginning.
Tesla.
Uh, what is Rocky? What is this? Apple. All right, so we're just hanging out, waiting for AVGO to drop lower, see if it's gonna give us that. But the way we took this trade, if you missed the entry, was a 5-minute ORB breakdown, and the 5-minute. And I did look at market atlas as well prior to taking the trade, and everything was so bearish on it. So here's the 5-minute range right over here. We had a beautiful pullback on the way, another pullback on the way back down. We took it for the actual break, confirmed with Atlas. Okay, we have more orders to the downside, so it worked out perfectly. Got a nice continuation right to the low of the day first partial, and then a couple of more here on the way down. So let's see if it does anything here. It is down 8% now, so it's been down quite a bit all morning. So I don't expect this to last too long. But if we can get another leg, that would be awesome. And then a lot of you guys on Tesla were just having a great time on Tesla. Continues, man. This thing is, wow. This was the trade of the day. Like me and Peter got really good trades, but this was the one. Just continues to deliver, man. And then Peter, if you want to look at your trade, shows how you took your back and forth there for those that missed it.
Yeah, again, not something to be proud of, but if you look at this, there's actually three distinct trades mixed in here that are hard to distinguish because of the way I did it. So I went short right off the open. I came back and it was clear to me that it wasn't about to drop. So I actually reversed this immediately. I basically doubled my share size and I went long, and then I was able to partial on my way up. I tried to add to it, thinking that it would get support at the previous day close. When it didn't, I reversed again and went short at this point, and now I'm taking partials all the way down. I'm thinking of adding up here at the previous day close, so I think I might do that, add to this trade, and then there we go. I just did that, move my stop down here, so we'll see if that plan pays off or if I get stopped out, but I just added to my shares. So there you go. So there's my trades.
Yeah. G-Man says, Peter, this is actually great trading. And I agree, man. When you first said it, I thought you did something
I
horrific.
don't know.
I'm like, oh, man, I'm
I
ready to
don't
see
know. It
some
doesn't feel,
madness. But I get it. It's not your
yeah,
style. But
doesn't feel good.
you know what? I think with the experience you have, I think you can you can do a little freestyling once in a while. This is a little freestyling of trading here that you're doing. And that's okay. That's
Little
okay.
freestyling.
Little gut feeling
Okay.
type trades. I think you could do that once in a while
All
when you
right.
when you trade it so long. I think you have that credit in the bank to withdraw once in a while. So
Well, I appreciate that. It still feels weird. So
Tesla continuing here, 463.01 is the high. NVDA just back and forth today. PLTR trying to reverse. TRY did drop to 1060. This would have been, oh man, this would have been my trade here. But hesitated. The minute I wanted to get in, boom, right away down to, it dropped like 50 cents. Right away, 50 cents. So we couldn't chase it here because usually what happens is, and very important, guys, don't chase things. Like if you had your entry idea, you don't chase it because if you enter here, it doesn't really pull back on you. But if it would have pulled back, then you have to stop out again. It just messes your whole flow up. So the minute we're thinking about getting in, it dropped right away, the way we expected it to. We just can't chase it here because you don't want to get stuck on a pullback. Usually after big moves, what you usually get is a pullback. PLTR, let's see. PLTR, yeah, PLTR at VWAP. PLTR at VWAP, let's see. Engulfing on the 5-minute as well. So maybe something happening there. Apple is doing a 5-minute ORB. If you guys are looking for a 5-minute ORB, I can see Apple doing something here. So many setups. Look at this 5-minute ORB on Apple. This looks clean. This looks very clean. Volume is a little bit lighter than what I would like, but this looks like a very nice setup. Where would the stop be? At VWAP? What's that? 60 cents?
Wow, Carlos, I am again, it's amazing
Yeah.
how much energy sometimes these things take. It's been a while since I've traded, like you said, maybe by not following my rules. It's takes a lot of emotional energy. I'm exhausted. It's not even 10 o'clock.
That was me yesterday, man. Yesterday was
Yeah.
it felt like that. It really did.
Mm.
Looking at Apple, I know PLTR friends. Yeah, PLTR at VWAP. Let's see. We need some more on this, right? We need to break out on here. We need to break out. We need to pull back. A couple of things we need to happen before we could take this for a 5-minute or for a VWAP breakout. And if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe and also go check out that video, the VWAP breakout video that we did. Explains exactly what we're looking for here, and is one of my favorite strategies. Like, it really is. So you can look at that video, see all the details of what we are looking for. And if you're a BBT member, you can actually see the full webinar. It's like an hour webinar going over everything here. Oh, I missed a drop on AVGO down to 368 for looking at Apple, because I think Apple's gonna provide something here. Apple. I think if I do enter Apple long for 5-minute RB, I think it's going to take a long time to get to 1R. I don't think it's going to happen quickly. SPY is not in this fit. It's not in our favor as it's heading lower, so I don't like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, PLTR might be a better play, right? PLTR, here's the push. Let's see how it looks as far as the pullback and then the confirmation candle. AVGO is going against us a little bit here. We'd love to retest that 368.44. That's the low of the day. We're not paying attention. We missed a partial there. But let's see if we can go back and get another shot at that. PLTR. PLTR and Apple. What are you guys trading? Lulu? You guys trade Lululemon? Lululemon. No, it's not doing much. I personally don't like it. TRY, I think it's just going to become garbage now. So I think it's going to become very difficult to trade as it's here at the VWAP. All right, here it is. PLTR. PLTR. We traded this yesterday. Actually did very well. This same exact strategy. The VWAP breakout. So, oh no, it's falling apart. Let's see. Volume is weird on it. What is Atlas? Now that I'm looking at it more closely, volume seems meh. And Atlas. Okay. I'm gonna go long PLTR. Stop loss, we'll give it 40 cents. 184. But Atlas, I can't tell Atlas what it wants to do. Like, it can go either way here. So 184 will stop out. We don't want to go lower than that. 40 cents on PLTR. Let's see if it can hold here. No, it's coming right to our stop. All right, give us a fake signal and it came right back down. Let's see if it holds 184. It's trying. No. Oh no, it's gone. All right, we're out. We're out on PLTR. Yeah, Andrew, you had an awesome trade on Tesla. Wow, man, this is and Tesla and TSL as well. I'll show you guys in a second right now. All right, so PLTR stopped us out. AVGO looking really good here. Let's see if we can get. I want to get back down here, take another partial.
Yeah, I got my being patient here on. Well, trying to be patient, anyways. On AMD, get back to the low of day, hopefully.
Yeah, PLTR. Yeah, it was nothing I could have done different there. Just checking PLTR, seeing what could I have done better, but it was perfect. We got the signal, the entry, and we just got slammed on. So nothing we could have done different there. The one thing is though, you could tell that if you look at the market atlas, and I did mention this before going in too, the volume seems a little bit weird. So I don't think it has enough volume to get a nice continuation going there. So leave that alone. TRY, I think it's gonna be messy. I think this was the move. I think it's done now. NVIDIA, NVIDIA going lower. Hopefully this helps our AVGO go lower. Let's see. Yes, yes, recap. So recap, guys. Andrew's recap will be posted on Lambos and Garbage Truck members area. So definitely check that out. You can sign up by heading over to our YouTube channel, bearbrootraders.com/YouTube, or just go to YouTube and search bearbrootraders.com, and you can join, become part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck members here on YouTube. So exclusive videos every week. All of Andrew's recaps are on here, and we do have also a great video by Dr. V released this week as well, so you can take a look at that. Also, it's available to you guys. All right, I'm waiting for it too, Peter. Let's see. I'm waiting for it. Let's see if we can get.
I'm feeling better. Feeling better
Good.
now.
I'm glad.
My ad actually worked at VWAP. I just got a new partial at the new low of day, below 118. And so that's good.
Man, look at NVIDIA. It's nice. All right, here's Peter's trade. Very nice, Peter. It's funny. AVGO has very similar chart as you. I think we're just following the overall market, I want to say. Like since 947, like we both partial around that area, and then you popped up, pull back, and then back down again. But yours is selling off much cleaner than mine is. That's for sure. We're still trying to get the drop here. I'm being a little more patient. I think the overall market is selling off, so I'm hoping that we can break lower to like 368. So that's why I'm kind of holding off on parceling here. See if we can get the drop on this low of the day right now. Let's see. Tesla VWAP, really? Oh wow, this thing dropped quite a bit. Yeah, see that? It's the pressure from the market. That's what it is. The pressure from the market. This sell down here is going to drag a couple of things down. Tesla clearly has been very strong. Probably what dragged our PLTR down.
Beautiful.
Because we had a nice possible breakout there, but failed. All right, let's see here. Let's get the drop, man. 367.50. What does VWAP mean? Volume weighted price average? Average price. Volume weighted average price. That's what it means. But what it actually means is, you can look it up. It's more detail as far as why it's used and why people think it's important. And why we use it in our strategy. So take a partial. Stop being greedy. 367.75. Okay, we might be in for a good. See, this is great. When you have days like this when things are trending, then you set yourself up nicely for reversals, right? This is why chop is so bad because when you're chopping around, you chop for like an hour or so, and then you don't know if it's going to go long or short, and then you don't really set up yourself for reversals because we haven't moved from the opening price. But when you have stuff like this, like AVGO, Tesla, NVDA down now in the red, AMD that Peter's trading, you set yourself up for a possible place going the other way back to VWAP, which is nice. So if you miss anything this morning, plenty of time. It's only 36 minutes into the market open. We got all day to find opportunities. So look at NVIDIA go lower. This is nice. This is really, really nice. So Apple, I think Apple wants to be strong. I think Apple wants to go. What if we risk 250? Because I think Apple is holding. Let's give it, let's say 50 cents. 50 cents and then
yes, 217 now.
Risk
Wow.
too
Okay.
high.
How low do we think this could go? 217.
How low can it go?
Yeah.
All right, here it is. I'm taking Apple on my funded account. Going long Apple for the 5-minute ORB.
I'm gonna take another partial here at 217. I don't know how much lower it can go, but
let's see what it does there.
Did you add? Oh, you didn't add to your Broadcom trade, eh?
No, I did not. I did not. Adding for me is tough, man. Adding is.
I hear you.
It's not. Doesn't come natural, man. It just really doesn't. Like I don't even think about it, and I should. That's not that it's as good, you know. I should really. Because like for example, like maybe not here, but clearly here when it's kind of rejecting, this could be a good ad. Right, and I could have added something like where my average still stays pretty high, like 373. Wow, friends.
Oh, look at that! I should have waited on my partial. Oh well.
We gotta look at Atlas, right. Peter. Are you looking at Atlas or what?
I didn't want to risk it.
You're not looking at Atlas.
I did, and I didn't see big orders here, but 215 there's a bunch, 216 there's a few. Yeah, I guess I could have waited. Oh well. I can't argue too much. I'm gonna try and hold the rest maybe for a longer term trade. I feel like I need to make up for this. Let's see if I can turn this into a good all day hold.
Yes.
Like Carlos, it's funny. Like your voice is going through my head here because how many times have you said you do not want to go into the weekend knowing that you broke your rules, right? And that's all that I'm thinking. I broke my again. I don't care that it worked out, and it's okay if like again, as you say, it's not terrible the trading, but it's not what I intended to do, and I know that. I don't care if anyone else does. I know that.
Yeah. It's important to know the difference. It really is. Because that's how you make bigger mistakes. All right, so we got tons of orders at 366 on AVGO. We tested it twice, but they're holding. This is what I love about Atlas. I know I got it really big, so hopefully it looks good. I gotta find a nice way to show you guys this, but I like it big like this. Look at this here, 366, tons of orders right there. We came, tested it once, we're not able to go through it. One more time, we're not able to go through it. This actually can act as support now, right? Because we're just not able to go through these orders, right? So let's see. Let's see if we head back there again and try one more time. But that 366 held on pretty nice. Now we got 367 building. So if that keeps happening, the price can actually go higher. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a partial just in case. Partial here, just in case we might be reversing. I mean, we got a
That's what I said.
Really good drop. Really good drop. We don't want to bring a lot of orders back up to 370, 371 even. Like, I don't want to go above 371. I'll probably be all out on that. Yeah, I do have a video, guys. Yeah, Mr. Chabby, 100%. I'm telling you, people say that, oh, you should, but that's that rule. You should trade every day the same. No, Fridays are specials. Friday are specials. I don't care what nobody says. And there's people that are smarter than me that'll tell you, no, trade every day the same. I get it. But Fridays, I don't
Yeah.
care. They're special, man, because I'm telling you, psychologically, however you want to say it, when you're sitting there tomorrow morning and you cannot make up what you done, it haunts you. At least it did for me. It bothered the crap out of me. So, you trade well, start your weekend knowing, hey, win or lose, you did what you had to do. It doesn't bother you throughout the week. Come back on Monday, nice and refreshed, and go at it. So it does make a difference. So AVGO, let's see if we can get the drop now. Okay, things are flipping now on Market Atlas. AVGO might want to go retest at 366. Those orders are still there at 366 on AVGO. And for you, Peter, how's that AMD looking? All right, it's getting a little bit of a bounce as well. Did you add to yours? You did add to yours, right? Oh, Peter froze. He
Yeah.
was a good
No.
man.
Yes. Yeah. I did. I added at VWAP a while back.
Okay.
Back at 9:53. You can see
Nice.
where I added there.
Yeah.
And I sort of regret now the last partial I took. I could have waited another buck and got it down at
Yeah.
216. But anyways, that's okay. Again, I said I'm hoping to play the long game now with the VWAP having moved a good dollar, more than $1.30 actually below my current average price. I'm hoping that this thing will stay weak all day and I can just ride it out. But we'll see. We'll see if that plays
Yep.
out.
And reversal traders, get ready. I think you can have some action today, man. I think you will have some action on reversals here this morning as things start to kind of level off here from their drops. NVIDIA's already has a really nice bounce. PLTR, trying to do some stuff. TRY, messy. Be careful with this. Look at the fake out on TRY. Fake out above VWAP and then slams right back down, right? So it's just a messy stock now. So careful if you're trying to find some opportunities there. All right, I think fun might be over, man. On the downside, I might take another partial on AVGO. Let's see. Let's see what we do here. But I think things are starting to head the other way. Maybe the SPY's no, actually the SPY is going lower. Q's lower as well. So maybe we gotta chill out and see what happens. Let's not jump the gun here. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We're sitting at 323 likes as we get into this last day of trading. We'll be back on Monday. Help us go into the weekend with 400 likes. That would be awesome. That's our goal. 400 likes on the channel for this live streams.
Yep.
ET3000 SG. Take care. Have a great evening. Tesla's still good on the downside. Yeah, I think the market is just having its will with everything right now, right? So Tesla clearly started off very strong, beautiful, and then the market, I guess, just kept selling off, and it just kind of, pushed its will on a lot of tickers, including my AVGO. I don't think my AVGO would have sold off as hard as it did if it was not for the overall market. And that's helping me. That's helping Peter. That's helping anybody who's short right now. Is getting the benefit of the overall market slamming down here. So that's good for shorts. That's good. That's good. Let's see. Long SPY, SP, or SPXS, is that short? SPXS, is that short? Yes, it is. Okay. Another one. For Beth or who anybody has a cash account. Another one you could trade if you want to go short the SPY. Here's one. Here's a ticker. You're shorting SanDisk. Don't short SanDisk. It's a great company. Yeah, they're down as well. SNDK down also. PLTR, AVGO is going lower. Right back down to at 366.50. Has orders there. We also have tons of orders at 366. And there's nothing to the upside. Like on Market Atlas, it's not. They're all the way up there. They're not in play really. Those asks. Oh man, Peter, you getting the drop too? Almost. You're almost getting another drop here.
No, not yet. Almost.
Almost. You need a little bit more. Let's see if it happens.
Yep. Yeah, I wish. Again, should have been a little more patient, but easy to say in hindsight. Always is, right?
Yeah. We haven't done a poll in a while. What can we poll today? We haven't done a poll in a long time. I like doing polls on the channel. Let's see here. What can we do? Peter, you have anything you want to ask our friends on YouTube?
No, we could do we could do sort of the type of poll that I normally do, I suppose, with ask people if they're green or red.
Oh, how's your morning going? Yeah, let's do that.
How's your morning going? That's be interesting.
And
to
what
see
are
who's
the
green?
What are the options you do? I could do up to 4.
Usually I do. Yeah, are you live, green or red? So those are the first two options: live green, live red. Then are you in a simulator, green or red, or just watching? Not trading, just watching the markets.
Live green, live red, and let's see how we doing.
Simulator green, simulator red. Yeah, just watching.
Well, I can't do just watching because I can only do 4 on YouTube.
Oh, you can only do 4 options. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll leave those there. Pick one if you're just watching, then just say just watching in chat.
Don't answer.
All right, let's see. Yeah. Just type it in. Don't answer. Yeah.
You can only do 4 options on YouTube, eh? I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I want to keep it simple. 4 options. How your morning is going. It's how's your morning going. I can't even type.
How you morning going?
How you morning going?
You're Joey. You're Joey from Friends.
How you doing? That's what I should have put. I should have put how you doing.
How you doing?
Oh man. Good times. Good times. Awesome. All right, let's get some votes and see how the crowd is doing.
There's a good little interview with I forget her name. The Mother of Dragons actress.
Oh yeah.
Amelia Clark.
Yes.
There's a good interview with Amelia Clark, and she's on with again with the actor that plays Joey Tribbiani. I'm so bad with names. Whoever, Matt LeBlanc. Yes. So, anyways, Amelia Clark and Matt LeBlanc are on this interview show, anyways, and she's like, could you just ask me? Could you ask me how I am? And you could tell, you could see as he asked her, like she swoons. I'm pretty sure it was the two of them. Anyways, very funny, very funny. So,
Friends, man, that show was on for a long time.
Yep, indeed.
4 hour after Tesla drop, I'm done for the weekend. Lambo trucks. Oh, very nice. Good. Congrats, Mojito.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm
awesome,
green after
man.
all that craziness.
Very nice.
That was insanity.
Take the win, baby. Take the win.
Yeah.
FRM. We had FRMI on our list. Oh, it did pop up. Yeah, if you're scalping, this could be a good one. Gotta be careful though, right? You gotta really know how to scalp, reprice action, and get out quickly, have tight stops. Like you have to have all these things dialed down. And yeah, look at that nice breakout here. Did hit 9. It looks like it wants to go parabolic if it continues. Volume is increasing on the 5 minutes, so it can be getting into some fun. Yeah, look at that. Could be getting fun here. So cautious,
There.
cautious.
Okay.
Matt Props, good buddy down in Florida. What's going to be a red week? Today made it just a scrape back to green. Yeah, today was good.
Wow.
Today was nice.
Really? 52% of you so far are saying that you are green live? That's impressive.
That's
impressive.
Really good. Yeah. That's
all
really
right.
good.
If you're red, though, guys, do not despair. It happens to the best of us. Again,
yes.
Sometimes you get lucky, like me today. I honestly feel like I got lucky. And, sometimes you got to just take the money and run. Yeah. And if you're red, you say, you know what? Again, the question we always tell you to ask yourself, did you trade to your rules? If you didn't, that's where you need to focus. Not on the red. Focus on where did I break my rules and why? Right? Why did I break my rules? What was I thinking, feeling? Why did I think that was the right decision in the moment? And then assess, how can I change that? How can I increase my maturity over time? That's really what you want to do. So,
wow, this stock is gonna get halted. FRMI, guys, on fire. Very, very careful. Look at this thing go. It is rocking. Float on this was what? I don't have it in front of me anymore. Actually, it was I show that it's not a low flow. I show 581. Is that correct?
Good, Mike Kelly.
That's so not a low flow, but it's trading like one. So careful. TRY. Yeah, TRY, man. This thing is so garbage. It's gonna be back at Monday. It'll be back at $8. This news, man. I should just went with my gut and shorted from the market open. Just shorted this thing because this was the most ridiculous news. I think, it's just I don't see it, but it is what it is. Can't get emotional. Can't trade the news. Got to trade the price action. It's trading horrible now, by the way. It's not an easy trade to take. But wow, man.
Yep.
AVGO, we're breaking down. I did take another partial earlier. Again, wow. I actually thought it was going to bounce.
You've been partialing quite a bit there.
Yeah. Well, that's the 5 minute. If I look at the 1 minute, it's a little more spread out than what it looks. All right.
Okay.
So,
all right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
But look at that. I wish I were not taking that last partial.
Yeah, see, wow. I got the same thing. For me, it's been a while. It's been about 20 minutes since I've taken a partial, but I still wish I'd waited. We're getting a drop. I didn't add again. I was gonna. I'm trying to hold this for an all day, so I'll wait for a bigger bounce back. But I'm trying to be patient here. So waiting.
AVGO.
Just waiting. Nice, Carlos. Another $3.
Yeah, this is beautiful, man. I'm afraid of partial. I'm afraid to touch anything. Like, just let it go. I mean,
well, now you got to go to the big time frames and say, okay, on a daily, because this thing is gapping down. It's really low. Like I don't know where could you go? Maybe 360. I mean, I suppose it's possible. This thing is down from 406 to the previous close. I mean, who knows how low it could go, right?
It's crazy.
We have to remember it is only 10%, but still, that's a big move.
Yeah. Next level on the daily is around 364.07. And again, I didn't even put levels down here. I didn't think we were going to get down so far, and we did. This thing is dropping quite a bit. 358.61 is another one I have here. So let's see if it continues. Again, a lot of it's not just AVGO. It's just the overall market is helping the drop. I mean, it's putting pressure on everything, even if it was green. One ticker that that you gotta be on the lookout is Apple. Apple did not want to sell off. I actually think Apple would have been a great 5-minute ORB if the market would have not been selling off. Because look, the market sold off, prevented it from going higher. We're still green on Apple. Like, it's not falling for this a crazy drop that the market is doing right now. Well, not crazy, but you know what I'm saying. Active drop. And I think if the market rebounds here, I think that this could be a really nice long opportunity. Again, just my feeling. Like the weather, you know, it's, who knows? I could be completely wrong. You know, don't take it too hard. Just, you don't know. You never know. But that's just my take on Apple, man. I think Apple can be real nice later. Look at Tesla as well. Tesla was very strong today. Then it bended the knee. Bend the knee, Tesla.
Bent to the knee, eh?
Yes, it did.
Pray at the altar.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a weird day.
Here's my 364 level on AVGO. Let's see if we can get to it. 364.07. And
Xavi Sniper, I think is, maybe, I don't know. Is he speaking Portuguese or Spanish? I don't know. It's not French or English. That's all I
know. That's Portugal. Alguien de Portugal por aquí. So that's a little Spanish there, but because Portugal has got some Spanish words I can read. But I guess alguien, anyone from Portugal here. No sé. No sé, creo que sí. I'm going to put that there. There's got to be somebody from Portugal here. There's got to be.
Oh, Rica saying Portuguese.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You definitely can.
All right. Well, I can't believe this.
No, I'm not adding now because now I have very little shares. God. So if I add now, it'll bring my average way down, and I could probably get stopped out. So I should have added before 2 partials ago. So now if I add, it'll bring my partials like 168, and you're probably gonna get stopped out at 168. So there's no point in adding now. I say that now, Peter, and then watch this thing go to like 355. Watch this thing drop like $10 more, right? You never know. You never know. Oh yes, you are cooking, brother. I just saw that message. Yes, you are cooking today. Awesome.
No.
I got some coffee in the pot. Go pick up some coffee in a couple of minutes here. Man, the humanity, the Qs. Look at that. We're hitting 364, heading lower. Tesla about to go red. Well, not about to, but getting towards the previous day close.
$6.
AMD.
And then we're actually...
Peter, you're getting your drop.
Oh no.
This is fixing a lot of people's weeks today. It's fixing my week. I tell you that much. It fixed my week.
Yeah,
so,
no kidding.
This week sucked. So market we're a little pressing before ending the week. CoreWeave, NVO, BTTC was the garbage we saw yesterday that sold off. Down again today. Apple, Netflix. Hoping next week is better. Allison, me too, yeah, because this week was tough. This week was very, very hard. Like, there were still plays, but again, not like today. Like today, you had so many options. AMD, NVIDIA, this, that, PLTR. Just insane.
214.
Yeah, Peter. Going lower. I'm at 368. 363 now.
Do I get all out? Do I get all out at
so.
214, or is it going lower?
Oh, no.
I
was just let this
dropping like a stone here.
Let it bleed, man. Let it bleed. And I'm just kidding. I'm just saying that, but do your plan, because this is only will bounce, and then you're gonna blame me.
I'm out of bounds with this trade. You know when you get to a point in a trade and you look back, you say, "Boy, if I'd just never partialed, my God, this would have been a killer trade."
Oh, Peter, I
But
do that all the
oh well,
time, right? Like if
can't.
you know,
I
if
know
in all our
you can't
good
look back
winning
like that, but
trades,
still,
oh my goodness. If I
yeah.
didn't partial in this thing, I really would have retired. I would retire today. You know, I would retire. You guys will not see me on Monday. But no, no. All jokes aside, yeah, it's that's something I think about all the time when I see these trades. I'm like, let me see. I took this many shares, and I could have got $10, $13. Like what? But yeah, parceling definitely
Yeah.
kills that. Thor hates, yeah, Thor hates partial, but Thor trades very different than we do. You know, he has a different style, and that works for him. Um, if I was to, you guys see me trade. If I was to hold to like 3 Rs on my trades, I'll get stopped out at break even almost every time. We don't I don't get 3 Rs that often. You guys see my trading, right? We get 1 R, 2 Rs, then it comes back to break even. We take a couple of partials, we're happy, we made our money, we run, right? The way I trade, if I do that, oh, don't partial and wait for my target, a 3 R target, it's just not. I won't be profitable. I will not be profitable. Um, so it's a different style. Now the way he trades, right, with
Mm,
the ranges and stuff like that, makes sense to do that. Makes
yeah.
sense, but and this week, like if we would have done that this week, oh my goodness, would have been destroyed this week because nothing hit our target. There's a lot of choppiness. We would have been killed, right? So
All right. I'm getting it. I can't handle it. This
yeah,
is way too
it's
good.
it's
I
too
gotta
good to
take my
be.
profit. It's bouncing. It's too good to be true. If it comes back
Yeah,
up to VWAP, I might re-enter this trade, see if it stays weak today, but I'll let the market dictate. I feel like this is about as low as it can reasonably go today, but
yeah, it's a good move. I'm thinking the same too, man. We have a really nice drop here. We're at 364, which is the level I have here for this trade, and
mm,
there's no point in parceling with what I have left. Yeah, I'm gonna be out too. Okay. All right, all out on AVGO. What a move. What a move. Beautiful, beautiful trade. And a lot of you guys did well today too. 50% of you guys did awesome. So that's great. That is great. All right, reversals. Let's see what we got. Still early. We're only an hour in. It might feel like it's now, but we're still very early. Let's
hmm.
go look for reversals now. Let's see how we can
I know. Feels
join
like
the
it's
party the
so
long
late,
way.
doesn't it? That happened. Oh,
Let's
wow.
join the other way now. Um, let's see. Oh, maybe not. Maybe stuff is not done selling off. PLTR. How's my Apple doing? Apple is going red now.
Yeah. Oof. What a day. What a
Yeah.
day. I can't believe I turned that around.
Mr. Chavi, thank
That's
you so much, man.
crazy.
We
That's
appreciate that
crazy.
comment. We really do. I mean, that's the point, right? Us learn together, prepare together, learn from each other, and also
Yep.
have you guys as company, right? So we appreciate you guys being here. Um, and glad that you are learning as we're moving forward here. So that is awesome. TT, when I execute my orders, I took an order today on TT. So you should be able to execute it no problem. Which sim let us try short? Which sim lets us try short? They all should. If you have inventory to short, but they all should allow you to trade short. Ah, that's interesting. TT will not execute my orders. Oh, TT's trading terminal. So tradingterminal.com. Um, I can sell partials manually. Do you get any kind of error that you're getting, or what's it should tell you something if um Webull doesn't let you on the simulator. You cannot trade short on Webull. They have a simulator. Doesn't make sense.
Really? So and they don't let you trade short?
No, short HMI. I find it very hard to believe, right? Because the whole point of a simulator is to allow you to practice different strategies. Short being one of them. So that's
Yeah.
That's
It seems odd.
yeah, you might be doing something incorrect.
Or there might be a setting that you've got inadvertently set. I don't know.
Yeah. There it is. Bim has done it recently, so he's able to short in the simulator. So yeah, just double check, man. You should be able to do that with Webull or any simulator, really. Unless that stock doesn't have shares to short and the simulator, like our simulator, is tied into Interactive Brokers share short inventory. So there might be a stock that you cannot short because you don't really have short inventory with Interactive Brokers. But unless you have that scenario, you should be allowed to short. So definitely check it out. And if that's not working, go to tradingterminal.com. We can let you short. Go to Trading Terminal. We got you covered. You know, we'll let you short all you want.
Early. So I'm just thinking how I'm hungry. Maybe I should have my lunch early. It made me think. So last night I like had nothing to make. Carlos, this is like I am not a cook, right? I'm not a chef. I'm not even just a cook. I hate cooking. But last night I'm like I had no idea what to make. And my wife is on this diet where she won't eat carbs ever. And so anyway, so I made a stir fry last night. I just found random things in the vegetables, and I found some shrimp in the freezer, and I made a shrimp stir fry. And I know my wife likes lemon and ginger, and so I made like in a lemon ginger sauce, a stir fry with garlic. Anyways, it was delicious. And I was so impressed with myself. Obviously, I'm still impressed with myself because I just, you know, when you make something and you're like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And then it works out and you're like, hey,
that came out good.
Look at that. Yeah, look at that. I actually did something worthwhile.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And I totally made it up. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But anyways, it was one of those where it just felt good in the moment. So I guess maybe I'm carrying that feel good here through to my trading today. Because again, this I am stunned that I am green on the day with this trade. So I am all out, by the way, of AMD. So, and it looks like I picked the right spot here. It looks like we're bouncing. I'm tempted to even maybe go long for. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man, this is a big drop.
Is that
Reversals?
Crazy?
No, it's not crazy. I think reversals are going to be in play here any minute, man. AVGO, same thing. I'm looking at that one now. Look at where I got out. And I think it's the right spot too. 364. We're down 10%. This could be a good reversal. Just put your stop at like 360. Like play it off the low. Like why not play it off 360, 350? Right? $2 stops. Take less shares. I wouldn't risk my normal amount here. Like I would risk very little. Because I don't want to give anything back. I have a decent day in the books after a rough week. So
See, I don't know what I was looking at maybe a long here in AMD, and I went to Atlas, and I'm looking at the orders on Atlas. They're still downside heavy here, so maybe not. All right, so maybe that was helpful.
What is Alex in the
What is going on? That is not an appropriate picture. Who created that?
No, that's not appropriate, man.
That is not appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah, at least do an M16. Like do a US.
At least
do a US.
You're arguing about the type of gun, really?
Yeah, like why would you put that? Do an M16, man. Like,
no.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
No, do an American weapon. What are you doing, man?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh yeah. We're gonna Alex, you're borderline gonna disappear here, man. You're gonna end up in like you might end up in Boeing disappearance. Careful.
Oh no. Unalived.
All right. Good morning. I got Andrew on
Hey,
deck. Let me
Andrew.
see. Can we
Morning.
hear him?
How are you guys doing?
Good morning, guys.
Congratulations, Peter, on good trade. I know
Oh,
Carlos had a really nice short on the Broadcom.
Yes.
yep.
Yes. Good trading today, man. Turned out nice.
It's been a strange day. We got to tell you, both Carlos and I are just feeling, I don't know. Hey, great day, trading well, but strange at the same time. So it's good to be green.
What was
It's
strange
a
about it?
it's a Friday.
Uh,
It's a Friday.
well, for me, it's just I reversed my trade like twice. I direct, and I don't normally reverse at all. I've done it twice and have had both of them work out. It's just it's uncomfortable to
You
be honest.
flipped your position.
So I flipped my position, yeah, twice again from short to long, and then from long back to short, and both worked out. So weird.
Absolutely nice. I had a pretty good day. Like it was a very, very solid day for me. I traded Tesla at the open through both TSLL and the Tesla itself. So obviously market access really helped us. As soon as Tesla really had a very strong open, I got this, oh, okay, Tesla is going this is a very strong rip. And I said, okay, maybe Tesla is opening range breakout. So I went long and I added more. So formed this wolf flag. And I had the stop loss somewhere around like around these moving averages and maybe VWAP. But the market access was really, really bullish. So it really showed us a rip higher, turned out to be a really nice move, 500 range breakout as well. I added more on the way up in, I think, 2 or 3 steps. So one step here, one step here, and then boom, for a very solid profit that we're seeing here. So that was a very solid profit that we had. Same trade we did on Tesla as well. But you can do the TSLA as well, and the market access shows you the. Another really nice trade that we did was a bounce on TQQ. We talked about getting the bounce on TQQ with the community at S4. So it came to S4, and I tried to go long twice, a small size. I got stopped out. And then when it broke down in this random place, I took this reversal that I'm still in there. So you might say, Andrew, what is this random place that you took? The S4 broke down. What is this random? The random this is actually not random. What I noticed that SPY, and I'm going to bring it here for you, SPY was leading index, and at that time, SPY bounced back to S4. So I saw that the SPY is at S4, and it's likely that SPY bounces and Qs are just following the 7500. That's why instead of SPXL, I took the TQQ back again because I was already in there. I was already having a negative situation on there. And so essentially, and this is very important, guys, essentially the trade that I did was looking at the SPY, but I did trade it through TQQ. So again, there was no level for me here, but this level was magic, was correlation from the S&P 500. And as you see here, I'm going to get out some here on TQQ at 54. Turned out to be a very profitable trade as well. See if I get filled here or not. So Brian, you had a couple of really nice trades as well. So you tell me how was your day?
Yeah, well, I followed you on that Tesla trade earlier. Yeah, we both traded the that reversal at S4, and I had shorted the SPY a few times as we were dropping, so that worked out pretty well. So, but I did lose money on my first trade, that NVDA trade, unfortunately. Just thought it was going to break out, and it kind of did, and then it decided not to go any higher.
Absolutely. Oh, beautiful. The TQQ
So
is going to go
overall,
up.
not a bad day.
Yeah, absolutely lovely, guys. So this is my position that we traded today. As you see, it was really nice. TQQ is really nice. Tesla and TSLL, both of them very nice. And, turned out to be 3 profitable trades and 2 small loss. It turned out to be a very nice, amazing trade. The realized position, we're talking about a really big number up here. Any question, guys, we did about trading today? The most important lesson that we had today, I think it's worth mentioning that, when something is selling off, we know there is a reversal, but you have to wait until your condition for reversal matches the reversal. It can reverse at any point, but that's not your trade. That's someone else's trade. You have to wait until your trade book. When TQQ lost S4, which is okay, it happens. I didn't have any level down here, but I did look at the SPY and I said SPY is bouncing at S4. Maybe I'm sure if SPY bounced back, QQQ is bouncing back. So I took a TQQ as a proxy of S&P 500. I could trade SPXL, so that's exactly the same trade, but I just like TQQ
So the
more.
report that the U.S. has pressed full funding
So I
from
got a
the
question for you, Andrew.
driver's license and properly issued to the
You got the
Yeah, I stopped in.
yeah. You've got 12 days until the end of the year. 12 trading days, basically. 12, 11 and a half, technically. But anyways, let's call it 12 trading days at the end of the year. So the 12 days of Christmas. How close are you to your goal? You had a big account goal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm about $100,000 down short of it. But it's tough to get $100,000 in 12 days. Is it 12 trading days or it's
11 and a half trading days.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not when I posted that, I kind of regret doing that because in our community has always never been about how much money we're making and look that kind of thing. And sometimes I get high, do this kind of things, but it's all about good trading. Show me good trading, man. Like I hate these people on YouTube. Oh, how much money I have. Show me good trade. Show me a system. Show me risk management. Teach me something. Nobody knows I have money. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
we'll get there. We'll get there. Thanks for following up. But like I kind of, I have this imposter syndrome that I feel that I don't deserve the success that I have. And whenever I'm posting something and I'm always asking myself, am I doing this why am I doing this? Like, I don't, you get it, Peter. Have you had any imposter syndrome?
I think almost anybody that's achieved at a high level at some point, is worried that they'll be exposed, right? Because it's unless you're like super egotistical. I would like
Yeah.
I would,
Not, not,
to think everybody
that you don't deserve this,
right,
that
exactly.
you don't deserve this, and why did you get that? That kind of thing.
No, I agree. I mean, I know when I was doing the corporate executive stuff, I'd look at myself and like, look, I'd look at a lot of the people working for me who were making a quarter of my salary, and I'm like, I'm not any smarter or better than that guy, and he works for me, right? And so you say, geez, like I just got lucky. Sometimes it's a combination of skill and being lucky, and it's good to be aware of that, I think, because hopefully, Andrew, right, it keeps you humble, it keeps you focused on the goals, and like you said, focused on the good trading and trying to continue to perform, and don't assume that you're owed this, you're due, you're just so brilliant that the world should give you trading profits. That's usually how people blow things up, right?
Yeah. Thank you for that.
You
So
need
there
a
was
bigger
one.
ego.
Go ahead, Brian.
You just need a bigger ego. That's it. That's your problem. Then you won't have those.
Brian's going to flip it the other way. Yeah, you need to increase that ego size.
Self-confidence is really good, but I think self-awareness is more important. Like, I really, admire people who are really questioning themselves in a very healthy way, like not too much. So, I mean, I don't want to be one of those guys that I'm always on the top and then fall down and everybody be happy. Like, it's very important to have self-awareness. There's one thing that I need to mention that, guys, is we did an update on Trading Terminal in the order management because we built the whole order management ourselves. And now the fills are going to be significantly faster, like as fast as, a platform simulation like that. Usually when we do these kind of changes in the backend, we test it on a staging and a development environment, and then we're 100% sure we are releasing it in the production. Today, the fills were good, but apparently for some reason, some people's stop losses didn't go through. And I'm sorry about that. I'm really, really sorry about that. This, I don't know exactly what happened. I haven't been into the meetings for the last 3 weeks, but my team are looking at it. And if you made any losses for today because your stop loss didn't work out, we can remove that for you. But we're getting there. We're getting into a very good, stable product from Trading Terminal, and I'm very grateful for your patience. The first batch of funded account people are actually out, and we had a lot of people, including over $10,000 profit. Connor is one of them. So I'm going to send the email. Mike is going to send in the next couple of days to all the people in funded account that they finished the 90 days and they're going to be profitable. There's so many of them. And then I make the payments probably when I get home Sunday or Monday, we're going to be out, including the PCT members as well, guys. So I know a lot of people, I think almost 30% of the PCT cohort are profitable now. So that is that. Mm,
Just went short the SPY. SPY broke down here. Couldn't get through the. Sort of came up, hit the 20, then went through the 9, hit the 20. Kind of tried to get above it, couldn't do it. So kind of a 920 trade on the SPY to the downside.
mhm. And I'm getting out of my TQQ fully, guys. I'm all out of my TQQ, and now I'm flat.
And now I'm covering this short.
Broadcom sold off. Shit. See, Broadcom is interesting. I really wanted to take a reversal on Broadcom below S4, and the level that I had in my mind was 367.20. When I look at the daily chart, you see I had this level 360 to 70, and then this moving average, and it just bounced back a little bit above it. That's why it's pretty hard to find these levels. So as you see on my chart, this 360.27 was my target to get a bounce, but it did bounce before that. The trading based on proxy that we discussed, like for example, I look at the SPY at S4, took the TQQ. Same could be done on Broadcom and SOXL. So SOXL is the 3 times leverage of 11 companies that are in same chip makers. AVGO is a big component of that. So I can assume, again, I haven't looked at it, but I assume that around 10:30, SOXL should have bounced. So let's see if that's actually true. Yeah, I kind of did. Yeah, so at 10:30 did the bounce, SOXL. Um,
Yeah, I never watched AVGO. I didn't really like the way it looked in the pre-market. What did it do here? No, actually, it did a nice rising devil trade. Hmm.
um,
Should have traded it instead of watching NVIDIA. You just never know.
yeah, these are really setting up nicely. Um,
Yeah,
this bounce. Any other question, guys?
yeah.
So Knight is asking a question, Knight Face 28, is that do you look at market atlas for reversals? I don't. I usually look at market atlas for breakouts, but I think there's a possibility that you can actually find some really good trade book criteria based on market atlas. But I have to work
Yeah,
on that anymore, a little bit more.
yeah. When you're doing a reversal like that, you really want to kind of focus on the level. You don't necessarily want to you don't necessarily want to be looking at level 2 at that point. I mean, they're all inputs, but when you're looking at a reversal like that, it's the most important point is picking your level and committing to an entry. AVGO still trading at low of day here. Wow, man, SPY is back at low of day. That bounce didn't stick. LULU looks like it's going to lose 200 here after popping up on those earnings. NVIDIA's at low of day. SPY's back at low of day. Wow. Might get another bounce here. Yeah, it wasn't really a rising devil trade. NVIDIA was not a rising devil trade just because it was gapping up. It wasn't gapping down. So you have rising devil trade is gapping down trade. So AVGO, pretty classic rising devil trade. You get stock gapping down. Actually, I like the price action on AVGO going into the open was selling off, was showing weakness. So we got that pop going into the open, kind of cleared the VWAP, but then it started to drop again. And then you got that nice drop.
Yeah. All right, guys, a couple of quick announcements before we go. There is a PCT Peak Capital Bootcamp prep meeting today at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So Brandon is doing it. I think it's in the webinar room. Brandon, is it in the classroom or the webinar room? So anyone who is taking the bootcamp can join. Anyone who is not part of the bootcamp but like to know what's going on, you're welcome to join as well to get an idea if the bootcamp is for you, when you should take the bootcamp, and what you should be doing during the bootcamp, and what you should be expecting after the bootcamp. So that's one thing. Another thing is that I think on Vegas, Money Show in Vegas, we're going to have the live trading very similar to Vancouver. Maybe this year, that's the only one that we can do. There's some really big setup. Is President
Wow.
said anything?
Big drop
Oh,
here. Holy cow.
this is very serious. This is a really crazy volume. Did the president say anything?
Yeah.
Looks like a news volume.
I have no idea, but this looks like some news crossed the wire because this breakdown here is holy cow. I wish I was still short the SPY.
Anyways, so that's the money show that we're having before we hand it over to the next team. Also, we are having probably I'm looking at in January or early February, we do an Austin, Texas meetup because I haven't been to Austin for a very long time. I'd like to go there, and that would be really, really nice. So I don't know what's happening. I haven't heard anything from Benzinga, but that's a very serious volume that's coming on a SPY. So
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Benzinga hasn't announced anything. Maybe
See
the
if I
Fed.
can figure out.
What's TLT doing? The bond market didn't move much. USD CAD, what's the USD thing? Yeah. USD, usually the currencies can. Yeah, it's one. No, Benzinga didn't announce anything. All right, guys, that's it for me. So I'm going to hand it over to Thor. Brian, great trading with you. I'm glad I'm not long in anything.
Yeah.
These are getting really
So,
profit.
Yeah,
so right
as
now,
always.
just so you know, the market is reacting to some comments that Fed Goolsbee said. He's been talking about how inflation has been going up for the last 6 months. So the market is now starting to react to that statement that he made. So that's kind of what's going on right now.
Interesting. Okay, taking a bit of a bounce here. I'm getting this long on this bounce. I'll take that.
Manny. Manny is 100% right in the BBT chat room. Oh my gosh, tell us something we don't know.
All right. Well, Thor, have a good trading session. Hope you had a good day today.
Yes, sir. I had a great day today, actually.
Awesome. Awesome. So I'll be doing my swing trade video again on the weekend after a bit of a hiatus for the Thailand trip. So you can check that out on YouTube. And yeah,
So funny enough,
have a
Brian,
great rest of the
I
day.
thought from some of the videos I saw, Brian, that you can swing in Thailand. I'm pretty sure. So I don't understand why the report didn't come
You
out.
can swing anywhere. You can swing anywhere.
Oh, that's
All
funny.
right, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Uh,
All right, go bye. Good to
Catch you
talk to
later.
you.
Have a good
Bye.
day. Have a good day, everybody. Hope you have a good weekend.
So I'm not saying what I saw or didn't say, but hey, everybody out there in YouTube Landia, hey, everybody out there in the Bearable chat room. I am simulcasting today. So I am both in the BBT room as well as in the YouTube room, which I have to admit is kind of my new favorite thing to do. The 11 to 12 slot used to be my time behind the paywall in BBT, and then we decided it would be fun for me to come out and hang out on YouTube. So I started doing that instead. But I miss my BBT family. And missing you. Thursday night mentoring went great. We had the better part of 100 people show up and we had a lot of fun. No old fashions, but whatever. So let me take you through my trading day. A little bad and then a whole lot of good. So we had some really good pivot calls today. One of them being a call on microbit. So there are futures on Bitcoin for those of you who like to trade Bitcoin without trading Bitcoin. We got an alert and we had a beautiful sell and a very weak offer to R3. So I went ahead and went short R3 to S3. Mwah, chef's kiss on that one. So on the equity side of things, we actually got a call on NVIDIA. And I'm in a trade right now on Amazon. We got a trade on NVIDIA or a call on NVIDIA today, and it was a little rude to me. We got the call. I went short here, and let me show you. I went short here off the call, and then the dang thing wicked me out because it's rude like that. Right? So it came up and it wicked me out. And then when it wicked me out, I decided not that it just did not have the volume. So I went ahead and just re-entered with a better stop and a higher location. That one worked very well. It got me to a 4-to-1 very quickly, and I was able to recoup that trade. So 500 risk, lost 500, made 2 grand, so 1,500 on that one. And I'm short Amazon right now, which is getting really, really close. Amazon was also a pivot call. We got called a counter trending breakdown. So we actually sold the open and we pulled back. So I shorted on the call. And there's my target on that one. So far we are firing on all cannons today. The pivots are working well. I'm on point for my trade management today. So we're just doing this thing. We're hitting trades. So 4 trades, 3 hit out of, well, if this one hits, it'll be a 3 out of 4 hit. So that I'll take it. Well, sorry. 5. Yeah, yeah. So here we go. Let's see if we can get this thing. Look how close we are to target right now. Hey, anybody in YouTube, does being this close to a target bother you? How about you, BBT? Does it just bother you to just sit here this close to a target and just watch it sit there? This is so annoying. No, don't touch it. It's going down. We're selling. You don't get rid of this. This is beautiful. We have every statistical advantage on the planet in this trade. So at Shazane, yeah, there are. There's one that is Bearable Traders. Bearable Traders actually does have a Discord side to it. And then also there's my mentoring community. I do mentor traders. So I do have a Discord together. I actually mentor them with Dr. V, Vanessa Charland. And that's an active server where people are constantly talking. Right? So this is the whole thing for me though. Like, it's all about behavioral slippage for me. If I take this position off, right, then every single time I take a trade, I'm going to take the position. So for me, it's just okay. I've already won multiple trades today. There's no reason I need to be worried about losing this one, which this one's not a loser. I'm at break even technically, right? So I've moved this one all the way. You know, I'm either going to hit my target or I'm going to just not make money. You know what I mean? So there's no issue here. You know what I mean? We just want to hang on to this thing. Now, what are some other reasons to hold this? One of the major ones is anyone in the BBT room. I'll talk to you guys for a second. Are you not who in the BBT room, because I haven't been in for a bit, is my target's actually 225.92 because that's a 4-to-1 off my entry. But I really could have done 226 and it like 05, it would have been smarter. I would have had fill priority. So whatever. But how many of you in Bearable Traders have not heard the IB stat? If I say IB statistic, initial balance statistic, how many people, YouTube also, Bearable, have not heard this? Okay, so that I only need one person. I just want to make sure I'm not like just bothering you. Okay, so let me show you this. And we'll see if while I'm showing you this, I get filled. I'll show you why I would never cut this position. Okay, so stock, excuse me, Andre, stock, Amazon. There. Okay, your initial balance range is your 1 hour high and low. So from 9:30 to 10:30, your high and your low. It creates a range. We call that your initial balance range, right? When a ticker breaks the high or the low after 10:30, we call that a single break. If it breaks the high, then breaks the low, or breaks the low, then the high, we call that a double break, right? Everybody with me so far? So you have basically an opening range. That's your 1 hour opening range. And if you break the top of it or the bottom of it, it's a single break or a double break if you do both, right? So now on Amazon, look at the stats on Amazon. Oop, 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 oop. Look at that. Right to it. That's not nice. That's really close. Look at that crap. That's funny. So look at the stat here. 3/4 IB stat. Only a 12% chance for a double break. Right? Only a 12%, 13% chance for a doubled break. Right? So a double break would be, this is the high, right? This was the low of 10:30 right here, and we broke it. So as we pull back, I'm not really very worried, right? Because there's actually a very low statistical probability we're going to reverse here at this point. Right? This is just about statistics, not about being right or wrong. This is just stats, right? The chances we don't break is actually fairly small, but it's actually more likely we don't break than we double break. Very unusual for us to double break. So I can hold this position and feel pretty comfortable that it's gonna keep going in my direction more likely than it isn't, because that's a statistical likelihood. Combine that with what appears to be the market selling, right? So JBR, just calling it the first hour range is more self-explanatory, but it would not be accurate, right? So I want to give you the terms that the market uses, right? And then I'll explain it to you. So like if you went to the NYSE at like 10:45, someone would say, hey, how was the IB today? And they'll say, it was tight. That means you did not move a lot during your first hour, right? But I want you to know the right terms, right? So there's times I'm going to use market vernacular, right? Because that's what you're going to hear when you're around these people. Boom, there it is. And there's my fill. Right? Thumbs up for fills. Do I get some likes and some loves? Do I get some confetti for a fill? Live trade, live fills. Right? Live analytics, live calls. Like Pivot Bot called the trade for you in the BBT chat room. There's a Pivot Bot tab. The Amazon trade was called in the Pivot Bot tab. Right? Everything you needed right here. Statistical probability, right? Also, Amazon did have a bearish order book. Not that I mean, it was a thing. Look, we actually had a bearish order book on Amazon. That helped. Are you not entertained? Right? Now it would be really fun as if it bounced right here and just took off. That would make me so happy just to do it. What was that? 1 second. How could you tell me how I can take advantage of your cam scanner on TOS? The cam scanner on TOS is wildly outdated. So I mean like 2 years since I've used that. Right? So I'm not even sure if it still works anymore. Hold on 1 second. All right, so I think I'm gonna offer a promo next week. Maybe I'm thinking about maybe offering it this week. So as many of you know, I have now separated my one-to-one mentoring from the group. So you don't have to have a subscription to work with me one-to-one. You can just go to my calendar and sign up. Calendar is available on my IG. But I also have a mentoring community that I do with Dr. V. I'm thinking about offering a promo for next month for anybody who signs up for the small mentoring group, that I'll give them like 25% off or 30% off a one-to-one sessions with me. So because I think that would offset a little expense for you coming into the group, and I think you would really enjoy. And then so little things like that. I'm thinking about that. So we'll see. We'll see what you guys think. So Thor, could you please give more info? Yeah, so actually, yeah, let's do that. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll notice that there is a link there to sign up for my group mentoring, right? And then there's a link there for my private one-on-one. So like you just sign up and we just meet and chat one-on-one. We talk about whatever you want. So it's 125 for a one-on-one session with me right now. And it's $250 to be a part of my mentoring group a month. $125 per session for one-to-ones, $250 for the group. But the group is also with Dr. V. So Dr. Vanessa Charland, our in-house psychologist, also is in there doing for those. If you have X, it's on my X as well. But if not, just email me if you want, Trader Alexi. You can do Thor@bearbulltraders.com or Thor@pivotmasters.org, whatever you want, any of my emails. BBT gives you access to all mentoring webinars in BBT. So I'm talking about my small group, my mentoring group, where I just work with traders, like one-on-one in a small environment. In BBT, every Thursday night is included with your elite membership, which is small group mentoring, right? So kind of like a same concept there. So if you're in BBT, you got that. And then you also, and then any of my webinars that I do on like a Tuesday or anything like that, those are all included. So, but I think the promo I'll run is yeah, let me, I don't know if it'll let me share it, but, let's see here. It is, I changed the name, sorry. There it is. And then there it is. And then here is my calendar. Right. So the top one is to my mentoring group. The bottom one is to my one-to-ones if you just want to mentor with me. But if you're interested in being in the group, like I said, I'm gonna run, I will run what's a better discount? Help me, mathematicians. What's a deeper discount off of 125? $25 or 25%? 25%. Okay. So 25% sounds cooler also. I agree. Okay. So I am making this announcement now. Okay. For anyone who signs up for my mentoring group, I will offer a 25% discount on a one-to-one with me. So if you end up signing up for the group, once you're signed up, send me a DM and then say, hey, I just signed up, which I'll be able to tell. And then I will offer, and then I will send you a promotion code that you can use to sign up for a one-to-one at a discount. And let's do I'll do 20%, 25% off of 2 one-to-ones for anyone who signs up. What do you think? Does that sound? So you can work with me, work with V, and then you save some money. But make sure to do that because don't sign up for the second one until I've done the other one. Fair? Fair. Okay, I'm in St. Augustine, yes. I grew up in the Tampa Bay area for the most part. Actually, for the record, life story, too much. I'm hoping Andrew does a meetup in Texas because I have not been to Texas for a long time. I actually, from the age of like 2 through maybe like 9, I was in Wichita Falls. I then moved to Woodruff, South Carolina, which is as country as it sounds. And I'm in the World Golf area, Candia. So you'll probably know the region or the area if you're in Jacksonville. You'll know where the World Golf area is. So I live up there. So yeah, so I moved up to St. Augustine in 2018 because my daughter was diagnosed with severe autism, and there was a really big autism private school up here, JSA. Put her into that. She's not in there anymore now. She's actually schooled privately here with me. I have a therapist that comes here. Dude, Ripley's is awesome. That's fun. You love you some St. Augustine? Heck yeah. All right. I mean, we're just melting here. I mean, what a day. So I'm flat on all my positions now. I've taken all the money. I just don't feel like giving any back. So at this point, I am just flat and I am just enjoying this Friday. So if there's any questions you have, thoughts you have, things you want to chat about, whatever you want to do. So yeah. Private, Harvey, private, out of pocket. So I actually had to, I actually went out and, you like hired someone, so their therapist is actually my employee. So I pay them out of my, thank God I'm a day trader, right? I can be home and make enough money, to still do my thing. Which thank God. You have to run Europe zone. Yeah, Dominic, for sure. So see you. Thor is gonna be on San. So Thor is gonna most eligible, highly unlikely. Um, uh, what's the opposite? Ineligible? I don't know. Do they have therapists for adult special needs? Since I'm also have a severe. So Harvey, that's a great question. So for me, what I did is I hired an RBT actually. And I hired them out of my own purse. But now once Allie's an adult, it is possible to get some like palliative care set up for her. Where I could have someone coming in and like watching her. That's government, but for the most part, it's just way behind. And this is probably what you're experiencing here, right? It's just super behind. Like the services that are available and how easy it is to get to them is just ridiculous. I have been on certain wait lists for my daughter for like the damn better part of a decade. Oh, sorry. You're hitting a hot topic. It's been like the better part of a decade. You know what I mean? That I've been sitting waiting for some of this, some of this stuff. So I ended up one of the reasons why I have my daughter's school under my control, was because of just how unfunctional everything was. Anyway, so let's flip back into trading mode for a moment because I want to talk about this question on the ES. All right. So first off, if you were thinking about bouncing this market, don't. This is not a bounce. This is a news event. Fed's Goolsbee said some stuff the market has been thinking but not liking, and the market is now giving back. Look at this candle right now. And I want to show everybody, look at this really simple downtrend, right? We just come here, we hit this one because of the volume. Look how when we had the news came out, we offered it but couldn't close it. On this day, we offered it, closed right on it. We squeezed above it, lost it, and sold. Look at that. That is just aggressive, right? So this is not a buy, right? This is a liquidation. Look at the difference. We're going from selling to extreme buy offer. You know what I mean? We're coming right back to this low. This is not a bounce, right? There is a chance we could squeeze back near S4, but we likely will find value down here and get stuck. But we ran out our we completely ran out our ATR lows today. So this is an expansion day, right? So I would not expect to close inside on a day we're expanding our range. So now I'm gonna give a little shout out where a shout out is due. His name is JRAD. He is the original founder of Bald Brothers Trading. And he taught me something a very, very long time ago, which is people have asked, how low can the price go? And he told me once that since 0 is a lower number than the number we are at, never assume we can't go there. So for me, like what we want to do is we want to pay attention to the volume and what's coming in. So Pirate, what is an expansion day? So I'll draw this and then I'll demonstrate it. So this is easiest to read in the pivots. So what you will notice is that we have wide days, and then we have narrow days, and then we have narrow days, and then we have narrow days, and we have narrow days, right? We don't always have a wide day to a narrow day to a wide day to a narrow day to a wide day. Actually, quite often we go from a wide day to a narrow to a narrow to a narrow to a narrow, and then we expand, right? We're compressing, right, as we're narrowing. And this is why we play out on narrow ranges, right? Not all narrow ranges will play out, right? Because in some instances, if this is the wide range, a narrow range is very similar to a wide range in this instance. It is quote unquote narrow, but it is still quite wide, right? So we're waiting for it to narrow and then we expand, right? When we expand, we will get a wide range again, right? And then we'll do it all over again. Next day it gets narrow, next day it gets narrow, next day it gets narrow. Sometimes we have multiple expansions, right? So we'll expand and then the next day we'll expand again, right? We'll get bigger. But contraction and expansion is a pretty big deal. And you can see that here. Look, you can basically draw it. You can see, we'll use this ray here, doink. We'll go from here to here, up to this volume. There we go. Right here. See what I mean? We're coming in here, big ranges, and then they start getting smaller, big range, smaller, 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 smaller. Here's a good one. Actually, let me get rid of this. Here's a really good one. We don't need you anymore. Right here. Right? We're narrowing and narrowing and narrowing and narrowing and narrowing, and then boom, we expand, right? And then we narrow, we narrow, we narrow, we narrow, boom, we expand. We narrow, we narrow, we narrow, we narrow, we expand, boom, we expand. Actually, this was narrow, 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 expand, right? A lot of the times when you're getting chopped up and killed is because you're a momentum trader, especially, and you're trying to go long and short when you're in a narrowing range, right? Our ranges are compressing and you're trying to run ATRs, right? This is the day to run ATR. That's the day to run ATR. Today's the day to run ATR. These other days are the days to run ranges. S3 to R3, R3 to S3, R3 to S3, S3 to R3, S4 to R3, right? Oh, R4 to S4, right? Boom. Did I get anything, Gonzalo? Yeah, I had a good day. I hit a trade on micro Bitcoin which was my only futures trade today. So this one was really pretty. Right here. Right here. Sorry, wrong one. Thanks, Thor. Always love your hour. Gotta run to my not as fun job, but ending the week 2% green. Hell yeah, Hollow. And hey, just remember that not as fun job lets you trade, right? So I know it's not as fun, but love it, right? Treat it like it's the best thing you've ever done in your life, because someday you're not gonna do it anymore, but you're gonna lovingly think back on it as that thing that held you afloat while you figured out what you wanted to do. So like a good life raft. You know what I mean? You want to treat your life raft right. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put holes in the life raft while you're still standing on it. Later, we'll drag that life raft onto the beach and burn it. But for now, we're floating on it. So treat it good, even if it is is not as fun. Just love those people, and you'll be good. So you can see here I got a lovely call out on MBT. So I shorted here, right, on micro Bitcoin. I took 8 contracts because I was gonna go for a full 10, but it put my stop a little tighter than I wanted to, so I loosened the stop. So it was a $500 risk on this one, cleared 2K. And this was mirrored on 8 accounts. So that was very nice. And then I took 2 equities trades, or sorry, 3 technically equities trades. The first one being on NVIDIA. And NVIDIA was very rude. As you can see here, NVIDIA was very rude. It did an R4 call, or it did a bread and butter call, right? So for anyone who knows my trading system, my bread and butter is an R3 short. It is hands down my most productive trade out of all of them. I would say when executed properly, this one returns for me like 8 out of 10 times. So it's a really good one. So today it got me. They blew me out a little bit. We got the call, and when we got the call, see what I liked about the volume? We had this big engulfing bar, which resulted in an actually relatively small candle. Right? So this candle right here, it's the same size as this candle. But this candle moves, I know it's the pre-market, it doesn't matter. Volume is relative, okay? Pre-market or open, it doesn't matter. I know you've probably learned from people that don't worry about comparing it to the pre-market volume because it's the open market and it's different. That is not true. Stop letting people lie to you. The pre-market volume is very important. I mean, why else would we not look at it every single morning? Bear Bull Trader sits down for freaking 45 minutes and goes through and looks for gappers that have what? Price movement and volume. So if pre-market volume is not important, why do we rely on it every single morning all day? Right? It doesn't make any sense. So they're wrong. We do use it. So look at here. Look at the massive amount of movement given to this candle on insanely low volume. We let like 80,000 shares move us down. Right? But here we have an opening candle that's a massive amount of volume, 2.4 million shares, right, comes through, right? And we put in more or less the same size candle. That is a weak opening. Wow. Right? Does that not blow your mind to see that now and hear someone say that candle is a weak candle? I guarantee every other person watching this in the morning, you would have saw that and said, you know what? That's a strong candle. But it's not. It's actually a very weak candle, right? Because it's low volume. It's too much volume for too little price movement. With this kind of volume, this candle should have been this big. Right? That candle should have been 3 times bigger. Right? So this candle is absorbed. So for all of the buying that's going on here, the specialists are offloading the float into it. This is absorption. Right? It's going to sell. It's just a matter of when. Right? So we then push up and we get another anomaly. Look here. This very large engulfing candle is as big as the opening range candle, but look at the volume. right? Now for all of this big move, the same size move as this one, we gave up all that distance on half the volume. Another really weak candle. Weak candle. This is why volume and price analysis is the Rosetta Stone. Okay, I have a whole section on it in my book. If you don't want to read my book because you think it's overpriced, granted, right? Anna Cooling, A Complete Guide to Volume and Price Analysis. Maybe not as clean of a read, but definitely says it all in a good way. It's what got me started on volume, right? But this candle, if you're not paying attention to volume, you are going to read this candle as a very strong candle, but it is not. It is a weak candle. So because this had a deviation in volume, I shorted the next candle. Now, granted, I did lose my first trade. So yeah, my bad there. So I went short here. I threw my stop up above the institutional number, right, which is 182.50, and I gave it, or sorry, I did 182 3/4, right? I gave it a little breathing room. It came up and wicked me out. As soon as it wicked me out and started to come back down, guess what I noticed when it wicked me out? What did I not see when it wicked me out that would have got me instantly back into it? No volume, right? There wasn't enough volume. We're buying premium on the day. This should be an explosion of volume. But sure enough, our volume again, big candle for only about half the volume. So right before this candle closed, we were about 5 seconds before it closes. And I know some of you will say, well, how can you time it like that? Well, when I actually am on my platform, I actually have a ticker counting on my platform at all times. So I actually will watch candles up until about 4 or 5 seconds before they close and make decisions based upon how they appear to close, right? A little bit of ahead of it, right? So I can see here, okay, that's closing weak, right? Or it's about to close weak, right? Still just pivot relationships, right? So we came up and stopped me out, but because we did not buy, right, we deviated in volume again. I just re-entered my short, and this time I threw my stop higher, above 183, to give myself some extra room, right? And that's it. After that, it was set it and forget it time, right? Look at that. And I know you guys feel, oh my God, it's a wide stop. I'm not going to hit a target. Look, I could have went double this distance today. Right? I got my target. I'm happy. I could have went double distance. Now on Amazon, Amazon's our winner, right? Amazon was beautiful. A beautiful call, a perfect entry, like all the things, right? We started off selling. We offered, so let's go to the VPA. Look at how pretty this looks VPA wise. Look at the offer. You can read this on DOS. You don't need TradingView, although I prefer it. Look at the sell. And then as we re-offer, look at the volume. Look at how our average volume drops. Really nice and low, right? This isn't buying. This is offering. We then engage our sellers, go under R4, and then look what happens when we pull back up. Look at the deviation. See the anomaly? How many of you would have thought that was a strong candle and went long on it? Is it strong? These candles are cumulative. So they show all of it, right? It's buying and selling together, but buying versus selling doesn't matter. It's about where the price closes and how much volume, right? Did they absorb the buying and then go up anyway? Did they absorb the selling? If there was selling, did they let it go fast, right? This one bounces, no gas, right? No volume. This is not a bounce. This is a re-offer, right? We're moving the price up to entice more selling. We got the price up, banged right into the level, chopped around for a minute, and then boom, I entered on the new low. Right? Stop right above here. Boom. This is what's the difference between buying and offering? I got you. I got you. This is very, very important. All right. So I got time. Okay, VK trades, are you ready? This is complicated. So I want you to I want you to center for me. Right? Got to be in the right space for this. Getting ready for this. Right, okay, no. All right, so the first thing we want to talk about, right, is we need to talk about our roles in the market, right? So as we know, there is someone called a specialist, right? And we designate them as a market maker, right? So market makers are traders, just like you and I are, believe it or not. They're generically singular people, right? And they have their account that they works, right? Let's say we have a seller and we have a buyer. Buyers and sellers, right? Sellers have a portfolio, and that portfolio is split into cash and assets, right? Okay. Buyers have a portfolio, again, split into cash and asset. Whatever. Not known for my spelling. All right. The market maker has a portfolio. And that is split into what is cash and the float. When you're talking about the float, you are talking about the number of shares that are outstanding in the market that are not allocated to the portfolio of buyers or sellers, right? They are just shares that are just floating in the market, which is why we call them the float, right? So, but what a lot of people don't understand or they never really grasp properly is the float is in fact the relevant number of shares that the specialists are holding. So like if you look at something that says it has like a 9.6 million share float, that means of all the specialists that are out there, they're holding 9.6 million shares in between them, right? So anyone else who's holding shares has to report them at some kind of an investment vehicle, right? Even if it's in a company or if it's in like a broker, right? Like when the broker holds shares for you to short against, those are broker shares. They're still in a portfolio. They're in the broker's portfolio and they are reported as institutional shares, right? But when you're talking about you buying and you're selling, you're talking about the float, right? So when you are buying when the specialist, right, is accumulating at the same time the buyers are buying. This creates upward movement, right? So let me elaborate further. We need more whiteboard. So if the market maker wants to move the price, they are the ones who move the price, by the way. We aren't. There are some scenarios in which we can move the price, but we don't. They do, right? They move the price by manipulating the float. I know this is super technical, okay? Everyone in YouTube, I'm not sure where you would go to for this kind of explanation of this kind of concepts. It's certainly not going to be in a book you're going to buy. The only reason I know this is because I learned this from Peter Tuchman. Okay, I learned this from my guy, Big Tony, right? I learned this from a couple of other market makers that work actively on the NYSE right now. Okay, so I'm not teaching you something I've read in a book. I'm teaching you something I have experienced in firsthand directly from a market maker that is probably one of the most well-known market makers in all of history, right? If you don't know who Peter Tuchman is, you're probably not actually like really super serious about trading right now, right? But if you don't, Google him, right? And follow him because he's freaking hilarious. He just hit like 1 million followers too, like holy crap, on IG. But anyway, so if the market maker wants to move the price up and down, because that is their job, they do it by manipulating the float. So if we want to go up, right, we go up because what happens is when buyers want to buy, right? So let's say we have buyers, we have sellers, right? When the buyer wants to buy, the market maker will take the orders and send them up the order book, right? Whenever sellers sell, they will add to the float. Adding cells to the float is called accumulation. Anytime someone sells, they buy the cells, but they do not sell the cells to buyers. They absorb them. This is what absorption is. When you hear Paris or any of these other people talking about absorption, all they are talking about is I am seeing the market makers not send the orders to the book. I'm seeing them hold them, right? Right? If sellers sell, the market maker accumulates those cells or adds to the float, and when buyers buy, they send the orders up the DOM. Right? Yes, exactly, Chris. 100%. That is what they're doing. They're utilizing the float as a way to control supply and demand. Right? Because imagine a housing market, right? A housing market where, and this is why people don't like the fact that like BlackRock or some of these big investments have come in and bought lots of houses, right? Because they're basically becoming a market maker in the housing market. Does that make sense? Right? Like they're coming in and they're buying an insane amount of houses. So, and because they have so much of the available inventory, they can actually start to control what house prices go for, right? Because if someone wants to sell their house, they'll instantly buy it at whatever the current price is. So there's no drop in price because they absorb the sell, right? BlackRock absorbs the selling house. Right? So the price never drops. But then as soon as someone wants to buy, they're instantly forced to buy top dollar. This forces the market up. And this is what actually happened from 2018 through like 2022 that nobody talks about. Right? One of the big reasons we had this massive market pop in housing was because we had a massive institutional movement into the housing market. There were 4 or 5 insanely large companies that came in and allocated like billions, if not trillions of dollars into buying inventory, right? They're like the Amazon of housing market, right? So it's not going to drop because they're not going to sell. If they don't sell, it can't drop, right? This is like Wall Street bets back with diamond hands, right? We diamond handed, right? Because if someone sold, the price could drop. But as long as no one sold because we were such a high short float, the price could not drop even if the market maker wanted it to. There was no inventory because it was short floated, right? That's what happens in a short float, for the record. When you have a low float or a short float, the reason it's called a low float, for instance, is because the specialists are not holding inventory. This is why the ticker is so dangerous, because you don't have guaranteed fills in a low float. Right? Because if you throw a giant market order out there, there's a good chance the specialist is going to have to fill that order off the DOM. So you're going to get slippage, right? If you're short in a low float and it squeezes against you, this is why you get horrible slippage, right? Because there's no orders there, right, for them to fill off of. So you just get filled on the next bigger top side limit. So the market makers move the price specifically, right, by manipulating the float, which essentially allows them to control supply and demand at the price level more or less at all times, right? And this is all done algorithmically, right? So it's quite interesting. Support at tradingterminal.com or info at tradingterminal.com, I believe, are the 2 channels there, Mox. For anyone in support in BBT, I'm getting a lot of intermittent reports from people that are experiencing troubles with trading terminal right now, whether it's like certain varied thing. I think this is about maybe like the 5th or 6th person now. So, you know, one times could be somebody else, right? Yeah, low floats. I forget what constitutes a low float. I just asked this the other day too, and it still didn't stick in my head. But this is why our small caps, right, and our low floats are so they're very desirable. Sorry, thank you, Alex. 20 million, right? So it has to be, and thank you also, Corey. It has to be under 20 million shares float, right? So there can be 1 billion shares issued, but we're talking about the float, right? So if we don't have that float available, right, then we can't expect good transactions, right? That's their job. They're an ATM, right? But think about it this way. A low float is like going to an ATM that has no money in it, right? You go up to the ATM, you put in your card, you hit the button, and the ATM says, sorry, no money. Right. You know what I mean? So you don't, this is one of the reasons why we don't like the low float, especially the small caps, but any low float, because basically anytime you try and do a transaction, you're going to go up to an empty ATM to perform that transaction. Right. So basically every time you do the transaction, the ATM has to go out and find money and give it to you. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed, Corey. Yeah. Right, exactly. An empty ATM, T-Chat, I love this. An empty ATM in a mall that doesn't have people. An empty ATM in a halfway shut down mall, basically, right, is what we're getting here. So we don't want that. This is why we isolate high caps, right? So absorption on VPA is big volume with no price movement. Clean enough, T-Trader. I'll actually show you that on some charts. So now that we're getting through that, so finishing out, so how do I know if it's buying versus selling or offering? Because that was the question, right? So when we move up and we get a lot of volume, right? So let's think about it this way. You get a lot of volume on a big engulfing bar. This volume bar is going to break into 3 regions: premium, value, and discount. After this bar closes, the first thing that's going to happen, because this was a strong buy, right, is we are going to see, and we're going to offer to see if our buyers keep buying. If we open the next candle and the buyers immediately start buying premium, then we'll launch. And we are buying, right? We're buying because the specialists are moving the price up with volume as we buy. That is buying. But let's say right now we move up, right? And we want to get long off of this play. If you're going to get long, I already know Corey knows the answer to this. If you're going to get long, where's the most ideal place on this large bar? Let's say you're thinking a 1-minute ORB. What is the most ideal place to stick your stop if you're going long, buying premium on a 1-minute ORB? Where's the most ideal place to stick your stop? Obviously not at discount, because that's really far away. Under the midpoint. Thank you, Sudipta. 100%. Right? Undervalue. You're going to put it right there under value. This midline for you fans of ICT concepts is what we call a consequence encroachment line. I don't use VWAP, so I mean, but it could be VWAP. But in this instance, probably not. In this instance, with a large engulfing bar, VWAP will probably be way down here at this point in time. So VWAP will likely be too far away to utilize for a 1-minute play. VWAP would be much better served for maybe a 5-minute play. Just be really cautious with VWAP. VWAP is an anchor indicator. So for those of you who don't understand what an anchor indicator is an indicator that gravitates the price, not repels it. Right? There are certain indicators that repel the price, right? Like the 9 and the 20. right? These moving averages, like the 9, the 20, the 50, the 100, these are moving averages. They repel the price. VWAP, Chris, VWAP is not like that. VWAP is what's called an anchor indicator, right? It actually is carrying the average price paid per participant weighted by volume. It's actually a float metric. It kind of gives you an idea of likely where our float price is, right? So you don't really want to trade, like you can trade off of VWAP, that is a thing, but ironically, trading towards VWAP is normally really, really good. When you bounce off of VWAP, those bounces are normally pretty timid and quite truncated, but running into VWAP is normally very large engulfing candles that run into that. So I actually like using VWAP when it starts to flatten out and you're really far away from it, right? Because then you're probably going to pull back to it. Especially, remember, VWAP, this is a pro tip on VWAP. VWAP is an averaged indicator that's based upon buying, right, or selling. So if you're above VWAP and VWAP is flat, guess what you're not doing? Buying, right? If you're above VWAP and VWAP is rolling or flattened out, you're not buying. If you were buying, the price would be coming closer. VWAP would be coming closer. So if you're looking for reversals and you use VWAP, make sure VWAP is flat before you reverse, because it will show that you've stopped buying, right? Or at least averaging, right? So it gives you, but if VWAP is still upsloping, don't short it because VWAP is coming closer to you. That means we're buying, right? So if we're accumulating at premium right now, like if we're up here and we're chopping and VWAP is going like this, right? Don't short into VWAP, right? You're going to wait for it to come up and it will likely repel and you'll go off of it in this rare instance. But if we come up through it and we crash it, we're going to sell off like nuts. So be really careful with VWAP, right? Your ideal target is undervalued, right? Because what will happen is we're going to exhaust our buyers in this opening candle. There will be too much buying, too much price movement too quickly. So we will offer value to the buyers. This is how we know it's an offer. When it's offering, the volume is what? Fill in the blank. When we're offering, the volume is what? It's a singular word. Well, I guess there's synonyms. Low. Thank you. Weak is true, JC Trader. So there are synonyms. Low, decreased, right? Dropping, right? Light, right? Pulling back, offering. These are all the same terms. When we are selling or buying, there will be volume. When we're not, we're offering. We are in search of something, right? So let me hit that on a chart here before we wrap this sesh, because I want to show you some examples. I think NVIDIA is a lovely example. So our first candle is a very strong buy that closes engulfing. But where did we buy to? We bought into premium, right? You can see we sold here, offered, sold, sold, and sold. This is an area of premium here. Old discount. Remember, old discount right here. Now, let's do this even funner, right? Old discount, new premium. Now look, where's our value spot here? Where's our value area? Let's turn off the magnet here. 50%. Actually, let's do it the even easier way. Let's do it the fun way. Let's go with the, let's get our fib on. Let's do whoops, that was the wrong thing. I grabbed the wrong thing. Hold on, I meant to grab this. Let's get our fib on. We'll go from the high. We'll go to the low of that candle. And there's our 50% retracement. Right? There's our halfway point. Look when we sold back where we bounced from. This is in pre-market, by the way. Look at the value offering. So when we sold through that halfway point in the pre-market, what did we do? We went under value, right? We're now into a discount. We're offering discount to the buyers to try and get them to buy again. Low volume, we're offering. Now, at the beginning, we bought, but look what happened. We only bought right back to that premium level. And then look what happens when we started offering premium. Look at that big engulfing bar. Really light volume, right? Big sell, well, that was also light, so no words there. And then we got here, boom, big volume, but uh-oh, we left a top side wick, right? And then immediately responded to that with selling. And then here's our offer, re-pull back up, and then a sell. And now that we're selling, you can see we're moving down, and look at the selling. Ever since right there, we have been nothing but selling. And look at the offer. See the weak volume pullback? A lot of you will play that as a bounce to go along. Nope, there's no volume. That's volume. We're selling down. We're re-offering to the sellers. And then we find the sellers. We buy a little bit. We try and sell. We can't. So we then re-offer to the sellers. We entice some buyers, suckers. They come in and buy. We then flush them and start selling. See it? All right, everybody. So great hanging out with you this week. I feel bad for my dude who was a little sick, my Gary buddy, because he was a little sick. He couldn't be in the BBT room, but thank you, BBT. I love hanging out with you every day. So YouTube, love you too. Have a great week. I'll see you on next week if you want to learn more about the alchemy that is the market. So much love, everybody, and I'll talk to you later. Keep it green.